I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 440 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast / show / whatever you want to call us. This is recorded live on Sunday, March 21st, 2021. I am Chris. I am somehow here despite the fact I've watched way too much basketball in the past 3 or 4 days. We'll get into that later because I'm sure it'll come up with what I'm into. But I am joined today with my regular cohorts of shenanigans. We'll first start with Mr. Anthony Bachman.
Jolene.
Fair use.
I did three. I was trying to think. I was like, wait, Islands in the Street. Well, no, it's her and Kenny. Wait. I was literally going through songs in my head. Who doesn't love some Jolene? Goddamn.
I mean, that is true. And then also joining us today, you all had him here last week for some unprotected advice, recharged from vacation, Mr. Willie Nelson.
Hello, all you people out there. He gets to sing and I don't.
Well, we're doing subversion of expectations, and everyone expects you to sing, but no one expects Bachman to.
Yeah, I could say I'm doing a parody, but I could just sing a song that you don't even know, that you don't even think is a parody.
Willie, everyone knows Tub Thumper by Chumbawamba.
Yep.
Well, do you know about Mojo Nixon?
Yep.
No.
Have you ever seen the Super Mario Brothers movie? Or, as some people say, the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Many years ago. It's been a long time since I last saw it.
Do you remember the guy who played Toad?
Very vaguely.
That's Mojo Nixon.
Okay.
He does a lot of raunchy songs.
I thought it might have been a professional wrestler with a name like Mojo Nixon. It sounds very
He's the
pro
one
wrestler.
with the harmonica get turned into a Koopa Troopa.
Willie, I think you remember this movie far more than
No, he got turned into a Goomba. That's what it was.
Do we need to have a Super Mario Brothers watch party? If it's on Amazon Prime, you can do watch parties through Twitch now.
Do we get to drink as much as Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo did during it?
I don't want to die, so probably not.
Yeah, I don't know if we can drink that much.
Willie, I'm an old man
Twitter
now.
talk.
I can't drink like that anymore.
Yeah, I did. I quit drinking the way I used to. So yeah.
I mean, I don't really drink either. So
if I was 24, I'd be up for it.
You're talking
at this adult age. I don't know if I could drink Mario level. That might kill me.
You're talking to a guy right here that drinks a beer occasionally. I'm like, man, I had a beer. Wow.
Drink more than I do.
Although I do have, and I haven't had a chance to try it because I saw it at the store and was curious. And it's by Pabst, so I probably will regret this. It is
Blue Ribbon.
It is a Pabst like cold brew coffee beer or something like that. It looked really interesting. It was supposed to be like a coffee, an alcoholic coffee, and I was like, okay, I'm curious. I'll try this.
So it's the beer from the Drew Carey show.
Oh, deep pull, yeah.
But yeah, because what was that? Buzz Beer?
Buzz Beer, yeah.
That was it. Buzz Beer, yeah.
But I mean, this is the way it read to me is it was more like an alcoholic cold brew versus being like a coffee that was a beer that was coffee flavored like Buzz Brew was. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to try it. I thought about bringing it downstairs, but having a beer at 11 a.m. on a Sunday, probably a bad idea. So I'll probably have one while I watch basketball this afternoon or play video games on the Xbox. Because I've been playing some games, boys. I've been playing some games.
Oh, that's some good news. My face froze at the perfect moment.
Yeah, you're back now, though.
That's all.
Damn it.
It was entertaining. Well, as Steven says in the chat room, it is 12 o'clock somewhere. I mean, I guess I could just go upstairs and grab the beer and come back, but I don't really.
Yeah, in the Atlantic Ocean.
Huh?
Willie, the Atlantic Ocean's pretty close to me. I mean, not like directly close to me like you are, but the Atlantic Ocean touches your state. It doesn't touch my state.
Yeah, it does.
My state's landlocked. Just saying.
Your face is landlocked.
I'm landlocked too, thanks to Canada. Those bastards.
Well, I mean, I do have an update.
Uh-oh. Here we go, live for the Willie update.
So, had the first D&D session. And as you remember, at least I hope you remember, I am a Goliath monk. Let's just say we started in the thick of it, already on a mission. All we had to do was distract some guards for someone to slip into a town. All we had to do was distract these guards guarding a southeast sector of the wall of the the town, the city, whatever. And yeah, one of us was kind of gung ho and not really into the whole waiting thing to see what's going on.
Was their name Leroy Jenkins?
It was.
Was it really?
No, it wasn't.
That would be hilarious if somebody was making a D&D character that was Leroy Jenkins.
Oh no, his name.
I'm
is
pretty sure
Erica.
it's happened.
Oh, I know.
Actually, I'm going to go and guarantee it's happened.
Yeah, so they knocked out a scout that was coming our way that didn't even expect to see anybody out there, and knocked him out in one hit. Just made him unconscious. Brought him down to 0. He's not dead. He's just unconscious. And as he's in the middle of the pathway, as they knock him down, that we hear
get back up
someone about 50 feet away, a guard saying, "What was that? You two, go check it out." And so I take my actions. What I can do which was to, all right, they're just going to leave this guy in the middle of the road. So me being Goliath, and my best hiding is just me kneeling down behind some trees on the outside of the path, which rolled pretty good for the stealth, which was surprising. I decided, like, all right, since 2 guys are coming, I'm going to go pick up that dude in the middle of the road and bring him to the woods, on either side of the pathway, to the side that I was on the pathway. When the other 2 get there, the same member, Zeradith, decides to somersault off a tree he failed to try to climb up highly. He got up maybe 3 feet.
Nice.
He somersaulted off of it to swing his axe. I think he missed the attack. He successfully somersaulted to him, but his attack missed. So he was promoted, or did he get a hit in? I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. But it doesn't matter because there's 2 of them lined, back to back, not back to back, but one in front of the other. He attacked the one on the back end to be on the other side of him, to be kind of sandwich him in. And so it came up to my turn, and like I said, my actions were, I went over, picked him up, and went back into the woods. I would have to have that was my 2 actions for that turn. Couldn't have a chance to put him down into the woods. And so when all this attacking happened, I was like, well, I'm not going to waste an action to put this guy down. I'm just going to use him to hit him to this other guy that's right at me too, on the outside of the woods. It was within striking range. So as the DM said, this is his words verbatim, you hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
That's right.
Yeah, and I had to roll with disadvantage because I wasn't proficient with makeshift weapons, let's just say.
That's one term for it, makeshift weapon.
Oh, I hit, though. He classified it as great club damage.
Nice.
Because I'm a Goliath swinging a person at another person. That worked a little too well. Hit them both. Oh, my God. And then pretty much after those 2 guys, we kind of skedaddle. I'm still carrying the guy. And since we're not really a good team, I think we're all kind of on the evil scale or neutral at best. Since I think I'm playing like a lawful evil character. And Zeradith, one of the characters, also Persephone and Kadu, the other compatriots. Zeradith has 2 pets. I forget the names of the animals, but they're like lizard-like, which is weird because he's a kobold. And I'm pretty sure his pets are bigger than him. But
Nice.
we're not. Yeah, it's a little weird.
Interesting.
Oh, it's
But
like
my
kobolds.
plan was,
Kobolds
I
are cool.
borrowed a knife from him, and I start cutting off the fingers of the dead guy because he's now dead. The guy I hit in my arms, who was only knocked unconscious. I guess the impact of me hitting him with the other guy killed him.
Nice.
So I just
Nice.
start cutting off his fingers, and I give the knife back, and I throw the body over after we're getting pretty far. Yeah, Zerida says he's a cannibal, but I don't think that's quite a cannibal because he's a kobold eating a person. But he also says he's a cannibal because he also will eat other kobolds too. That's not a problem.
That's just a meat eater.
Yeah, a little too overzealous, I think. I'm not going to say what he ate off that person I threw to the side, but I'm sure you can guess it.
Well, I mean, I guess it probably wasn't the fingers.
He got the D.
Gross.
And B.
Oh.
The
What,
twig
some
and the
Rocky Mountain
berries, huh?
oysters? Some human Rocky Mountain oysters?
Gross.
Yeah, I put the fingers in my backpack, and a little bit on down the road as we were going back to the town to say, hey, we distracted these guards. I put the fingers in my backpack. And as we're going down the road, I pull 2 fingers out, and I give both fingers to his little pets. Secretly, I want to make them love me. I don't want these pets, but I want them to like me. Because,
Very weird. Very weird.
I mean, he doesn't watch this. Zeridith is probably going to end up dying really soon. Because also, on our way back, we ran to the town. I can't remember the name of it. Hunter's Cross, I think it was. Yeah, let's just say we ran into a random encounter of a lion that we saw in the distance. Zeridith saying, hey, I want to go eat that lion because he eats.
Of course.
Is already on the way. Persephone, she is also a monk. We separately didn't even communicate about this. We are both Way of the Long Death monks. So I thought that was a little bit hilarious. We didn't collaborate with that. It just happened like that. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, she wanted to go over there to talk with it since she has some kind of feat that lets her talk to things. I can't remember what it was. So when we get to the line a little bit, it runs back and we follow it till it gets to its den. And then we notice, hey, or at least me and Kadu realize this lion is bigger than normal, and we know exactly what this thing is. It's like a double-sized lion with a magical mane.
A gigantic kitty?
A magical mane.
Yep.
Ooh.
And while we are hearing all about this, about what we know of this lion, Zerida says, I rush out and attack him.
Oh, he gonna die.
And we're like, I'm alright at this point, like, you can go fight him. I'm going this way. That was my plan already. But by that time, the lion roars a magical roar that frightens all of us except for Persephone, who succeeded her her saving throw, or the will save, whatever it was. You know what I mean. She succeeded her role against being frightened. She tried to talk to it. The lion ain't talking back. He just roared again, actually frightened her that time. And of course, when you're frightened, you run away.
Yeah.
So we're all run away, and then I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm just continuing on. You want to attack it, that's on you.
Yeah,
I
he gonna
know in
die.
my knowledge, when you come across this thing, you don't fuck with it. So I'm going to go away. So yeah, I think that would have just killed our entire party. I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, it's been a long
So
time
that
since I
would've been
played
fun.
D&D.
Yeah, and then we had another session. You see, we're supposed to be split up in 2 different parties. The good party and us, the not good party. The good party is made up of 3 rogues. You figure that out. And the not good team has 2 monks in it.
That boy good and terrible.
Yeah, so but the other team hasn't really gotten their shit together. So I think the DM was going to have us intertwining over and over again. I'm not sure. That's what I'm assuming, because I think they were the party that we were clearing the way for them to go into. I think that was his idea. And yeah, they haven't even had their first session. We've already had 2, and we're going to have a third one tonight. Our second one, since they haven't had a first session yet, was just like shopping since we got back to the town of Hunter's Cross. Yeah, I'm going to say that's what it was. Yeah. These are the, what was my name? Ben Kaiser, Willis, Thekenmogdenho. That's the whole name. You got to say the whole name. Yeah, because apparently Goliath's names are the first name, a nickname that the chieftain gives you, and then the tribe's name. And it's usually 5 syllables to 7 syllables. So that's why it's Thekenmogdenho.
Yikes.
Yikes, yeah.
You're welcome for that. I came up with that myself.
Uh-huh.
So you guys play this via like Discord online, or?
Yes, we do. I usually play these guys with Among Us, but Among Us kind of dried up. No one really wants to play. Except for what might be coming up in my news of the week.
Nice tease.
Yeah, so let's just fast forward. We got back to town. No lions anymore. And Zaradith, once again, is looking for meat to eat. Let's just say while we're doing other things, he goes to an alleyway, finds a sleeping woman, kills her, and eats some of her.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Is he just going out of his way to do weird stuff? Is that the entire intent of his character?
It seems like it.
I didn't say the word, but murder hobo. None of us other 3 are acting like that. We're evil, but we're not dumb about it. No offense, Zaradith. But yeah. So nothing really happens. The town's a little weird because it's almost all women. The only man we've seen is this one shopkeep. So, and in every insight check, even though my insight bonus is high, has not given me a damn thing about what's going on in the city. So I'm like, meh, I don't know. I don't care. That's how my character's going it. But as we're trying to leave to go back to the our home city or homeland city, Zaradus, he went to the weapons person and he's getting a better axe with +2, but he has to wait a week for it. And his idea of waiting a week is waiting outside the shop for a whole week. In that exact spot is his words. So as the other monk goes and picks him up and carries him over, he gets loose. I think she tied him to her, and then he got loose because he bit through the rope. And as he was running away, our gnome artificer, you know, the class artificer, is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, fish guy.
Artificer. Well, you know, it's close enough. He sends some kind of cantrip or something to trip him as he's running back to his spot. It succeeds, even against his roll against it. It was, and then I just go because we're in the city square, the town square, and I just go. My character goes, ha 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 ha. I laughed my ass off at that as he trips and falls in the dirt. Probably blood still coming out of his jowls.
Yeah, so he's well on his way to dying at this rate.
No, he's probably going to jail, more than likely.
Okay.
Because we're going. He's staying. So, all right, I don't mind. Yeah, you want to just have your character just be gone that fast? Go for it.
You're not going to plan a jailbreak?
Now, I haven't played D&D in a long while, but on Reddit, I've been reading on the subreddit called RPG Horror Stories. They're just fun and entertaining for me. A lot of people have some bad players, or they're reformed bad players. Like, I did this, I apologize, but it was bad. Yeah, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Or especially don't be one of those, it's what my character would do.
Oh, that's a solid answer.
Which
Is-
they're just kind of being, it's what my character would like. Oh, I don't care what your character would do. Like a lot of like one of the funniest things, like how some people try to be edgelords and they don't really want to be part of the team right away.
Yes.
Because they're trying to quickly
I've
get
heard
them
this.
together. Just fucking get there and get going.
Yeah.
And like, I hear them. I don't really care that much. I'm just sitting in the corner, and they have to convince me better. And he was, and one time, this guy said, "Yeah, a guy did that on my, as I was a DM." I said, "Oh, you don't want to join the team? That's cool. They leave you. Reroll a character that does want to be with the party. How about that? Do that." Yeah. So he gonna learn, or he's not gonna play.
That was funny. We played D&D in like junior high into high school. And at one point, like our starting characters had made it to like levels 18, 19, 20. Like we'd been playing for a long time. And like, this was like the gifted and talented group at our junior high school. So it was a bunch of nerds with a bunch of free time and a whole lot of D&D books. We played way too much. And then we got into like GURPS and Rifts and started playing all these other games. We're like, you know what? We should go back and make like new D&D characters and try try some of the new stuff. And like at that point, like the Ranger Handbook had come out and the Rogue Handbook, and they had all the new additions. Because when I started playing, like we had original Red books, and then we went on to second edition Advanced. Like that was how early I started playing. But then I remember we tried to do all brand new level 1 characters, and over the course of the first adventure, I think we ended up killing 3 members of our own party because of bad rolling.
Oh, so you didn't kill each other? You just bad rolls. You killed killed yourselves.
Well, yeah, we killed each other, but on accident. Like, because I remember we literally went into a cavern in like a dungeon. We were trying to figure out how big the room was because it was just immense. And so one of the rogues decided to like crawl up the wall behind us and like see how high the ceiling was. And I was playing a brand new Ranger. I was like, well, I'll just shoot an arrow across and see if we hear it like hit the wall. And so my Ranger fucking pulls out his bow and arrow, goes to fire, and rolls a 1.
Yep.
And then on like damage, I rolled a 20. So the arrow literally goes across the cavern, hits the wall, bounces, comes back, and hits the fucking rogue in the back of the neck as he's crawling up the wall and takes his fucking head off.
I'm sorry. Should that only do half damage?
It was a critical strike.
Yeah, but it should be half of a critical because it ricocheted. Ricochet doesn't have the same force of the original.
Yeah, but yeah, our DM was not taking pity on us, and yeah, I think one of our mages went to like throw a fireball, and he set our paladin on fire. Yeah, it was like we spent the whole night just fucking laughing because the dice were not with us. Like everything we tried, we just kept killing our own teammates. And yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. Like, you know what? We're gonna go play Rifts because apparently D&D is done with us.
All right, if you're trying to keep up with me, we are in the world of Theros, Theros. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Now you're just making up words.
And we were in Hunter's Crossing. That was the actual thing, Hunter's Crossing. I don't remember what the city we were like pulling guards away from, but we were headed north to Akros in the mountainous little region. So that's where we're going to be headed. That's where we stopped. Is Zeridith heading back town as we were like, all right, we're just going this way. Bye, Zeridith. So if you were trying to keep up, that's what happened. Theros. I don't know if it's an actual module in D&D. I'm just trusting the DM because I trust him implicitly. He knows what he's doing, I hope.
That's fair.
Sounds like he does already. So let's do this.
So I have a question. Is there a character called Hector the Well-Endowed in your party?
How did you know my nickname?
I was going for a community reference here, but...
Oh, you mean the band episode?
Yes, the band episode. And then there's the follow-up D&D episode.
Stupid. He's an orc.
I know. And there is a follow-up...
Is he being racist toward orcs? A made-up fucking... Oh, my God.
Side note, though, I do think they brought Hector the Well-Endowed back in Season 5 for the D&D episode there, too.
And no, he wasn't an orc. He was a dark elf.
Yeah. Chang was a dark elf. That's correct.
Which is why he was
he's a dark elf. You're right. You are right.
I was just trying to go for the cheap community joke, I'll be honest there. I wasn't trying to take us back. We already ranted on this is stupid that this has been pulled from all streaming services.
Yeah, I know.
When there's more problematic stuff on television than someone doing a dark elf face.
Did you know that there was a in the original release of D&D? Do you remember what classes or not class, what races were available, or was class? Yeah, was it?
We're outside my knowledge wheelhouse here, Willie. So
All
I'm
right,
not
there
gonna
was
know.
3 things you could be.
Wait, do you mean in the red books, or do you mean in the handbook known as Chainmail? The original
I'm going by that
D&D.
show. That I learned from. One of their questions was this, and I was like, "What?" It was you could either be a fighting man, that's the literal name, a magic using man. I think that's what it was. It was magic something man, or a hobbit. And
That's probably in the actual Chainmail book, because that's not in the red book.
So literally, Hobbit was in the first edition D&D. Let's just say the Tolkien estate did not like that. They quickly changed it to after that.
Mm.
So that was fun. That was a fun little knowledge thing. I'm assuming that's what halflings turned into, or got turned into.
Yeah, because a halfling is basically a hobbit.
Yeah, I still love being a Goliath. We also have been kind of picking up our gnome artificer too, like to carry him places. I think it's pretty much against his will. But the sounds he make when he gets picked up is so funny. It's like, nah, no.
Now,
It's
why would
hilarious.
Willie play a character that picks up people against their will?
Well, Willie does like to pick people up and hug them tight.
It sounds like you have first-hand experience with that, Chris.
I have witnessed Willie do this to people.
You witnessed it.
I witnessed it.
You only witnessed it?
There's nothing inaccurate about what I've said so far.
I want elaboration. Did you only witness it?
No, but I have witnessed it.
He had first-hand knowledge because I picked him up and gave him a big hug.
Without my consent, mind you, Willie. You didn't ask to touch me.
Do I have to? I'm Willie fucking Nelson.
Oh, dear Lord.
All right, I'm trolling online.
It's a hug. I'm just picking you up for a hug. We have talked for a long time.
Draftsman has
a
also
stranger you never knowed me.
Draftsman has been picked up by Willie, he says in the chat as well.
Naki's also been picked up by Willie.
I'm scared that Bachman's trolling.
Some other people on the network have been picked up by Willie.
Try to pick me up, you're going to catch yourself a Tony Jaw fucking elbow.
Why you want a big old hug from Willie? Wham, pick you up.
It's the Willie hug. It's a experience.
Like the son of a
your
plumber.
back's turned, just wrap around both your arms and just hug.
Well,
Pitch back
like
down.
son of the plumber. You catch a little dusty roads, baby. I will put you down.
The blonde bombshell himself.
Yeah. No, I'm trolling online. Someone said, if you could pick only one Justice League member to join Snyder's Justice League sequel, who would it be? And my answer was Joss Whedon.
Oh, mine would be Superman.
Oh, we're
Well, yeah,
gonna
there's a
have
Superman
some
in
fun
this
when we
movie.
talk about this. We are gonna have some fun.
Yes, we are. We got to get through the news of the week first.
Oh, you're gonna fucking love what I have to say about Justice League.
I
Stay
doubt it.
tuned.
I fucking doubt
Well,
I'm going to love what you
you
have
heard
to
it
say
here.
about a Zack Snyder movie.
Stay tuned, people, as we go to the news of the week.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
Welcome to the news of the week. It's that part of the show where we run down what's in our minds some of the most interesting geeky and or nerdy news to have popped up here in the past week or so and share it with you guys on the show. I'm pretty sure I already know what Willie's news is going to be, so we'll save him for last because that'll lead us into some discussion points that'll expand beyond the news. Willie doesn't realize he's muted, I don't think, as he's making hand gestures and
Could be.
I'll kick things off and then I'll toss things over to Bachman before Willie closes things out. And we're going to talk gaming news real quick for me right here. And one of the games that got announced at
Outriders? Is it Outriders time?
I've been playing that, but we can talk about that at the end of the show, actually. One of the games...
I played it too.
Ooh. Why aren't we playing this game together then?
Because I played through the entire demo with all 4 characters, and I'm done until the damn game comes out.
That's fair.
Oh, so he doesn't want to enjoy things with friends.
Yeah.
No.
I don't like.
All right, Chris, fuck him. We can play together.
All right, that works. I will say this: I'll probably keep playing that game when it comes out, since it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass, officially confirmed after our news last week, where it looked like it was coming to Game Pass. Now it is part of Game Pass, but that is not actually my news of the week. When we get into gaming, let's talk about the Gotham Knights game. It was one of the games that was announced at the DC Fandom event last year. It looked interesting, I think is the best way to put it. It looked to be kind of like the spiritual successor to the Arkham games. Only in these games, you are no longer playing Batman. You're playing Red Robin, Red Hood, or Batgirl in these games. And Batman's presumably dead. It was supposed to be a cooperative game where you would have a teammate playing through. Well...
Wait, did you say Nightwing?
Oh, I meant to say Nightwing instead of Red Robin, I think. Sorry. I don't know why I said that.
I was like, wait, because I know the only reason I wanted to play that game is it's, I think, the first game you actually get to just play as Nightwing.
Sorry, it's Red Hood Nightwing,
Red Hood,
not Red Robin.
Nightwing.
I said Red Robin in there instead of Nightwing. My apologies.
Yeah, because that's the other, Tim Drake version? At one
Yes.
point, he was Red Robin?
Yeah.
Red Robin.
Yum.
Yum?
So this game was supposed to be coming out in 2021. I don't think there was an exact release date. However, on the official Gotham Knights Twitter account on the 19th of March, they did announce that Gotham Knights is now going to launch in 2022. No official release date in 2022, but they said, quote, "We are giving the game some more time to deliver the best possible experience for players. Thank you to our amazing fans for your tremendous support of Gotham Knights. We look forward to showcasing more of the game in the coming months." I'm kind of okay with this. This is from WB Games Montreal, who did Batman Arkham Origins, things like that. And they did also mention that the Suicide Squad game, Kill the Justice League, that is being done by Rocksteady, is still on target, on schedule for 2022. So Gotham Knights will be coming out in 2022. It's going to be on PS4 and 5, PC, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series line of consoles.
I think they should just nix the PS4 and Xbox One version.
Possibly.
It's coming out next year. Nix it.
But here's
I've
how...
heard only bad. It's just not fun making it for both consoles.
It's going to cost them money
Generation.
because lots of people don't instantly buy the new console until it's on sale for at least
Or
a
you
year.
mean able to?
Or
Because
able
of
to.
scalpers?
Yeah, that's the bigger problem right
Yeah.
now, is the ability to get it. Now, it's a slightly different scenario for Xbox gamers in comparison to PlayStation gamers in most games, because I assume this will be one that just comes out for Xbox, and they'll use their smart delivery feature to basically put the right version on your Xbox, versus having two separate games in a box for the PS4 and the PS5 and a different version that installs off of that. It's been kind of interesting. Have you seen, and this is going to take us on a tangent, which I apologize, but still in gaming, have you seen the issues that some PS4/5 gamers have had upgrading the Avengers game?
Mm-mm.
So
There's still people playing that game?
there are still people playing that game. They did.
I've been playing it this week.
They just dropped new DLC on the 18th, and they also dropped the next gen upgrade on the 18th. So if you were playing on, say, a PS5 and you wanted to play the PS5 version of the game, it came out that day for you to get. There were some complaints, from one of the writers I saw on Forbes about actually trying to find it to be able to upgrade to that game. And they actually put an FAQ up on the Play Avengers website where you actually had to go into the store, search for it, make sure you found the right one, hit the download button, then it would download. Now, you had to also make sure that you didn't uninstall the PS4 version of the game first. Well, why is that? Because you had to launch the PS4 version, do the 18 gigabyte patch that came out that day on the PS4 version, so that it would give you a save transfer tool so that you could upload your save to Square Enix's cloud servers so that the save would reside there, then launch the PS5 version of the game, download that save game from the Square Enix servers, and then you could delete the PS4 version of the game. There are folks that were like, oh, I'll have the PS5 version, and it should just be able to read my save game, and we should be good to go. So they deleted like a couple days before because they needed hard drive space. So it's problematic, and this is where it was interesting, and where I read about this more was on one of the Xbox subreddits because of the difference in how Sony and Microsoft implemented things for next-gen upgrades. And this is not me throwing a stone. It's just me going, oh, maybe this smart delivery tool that Microsoft talked about was a bit more powerful. If you were playing on an Xbox Series box, or you had upgraded from a different one, and you wanted to play the next-gen upgrade, literally the first time you launched the game, it said, hey, there's an update for this game. Downloads the update for the Xbox Series version of the game. the game launches and all of your save games and stuff are there because of how smart delivery was set up. It basically takes whatever pieces are needed for your console and then it has them and works. So it's kind of interesting and ties back to Gotham Knight, how they could basically just put one disc out for the Xbox One and the Xbox Series line, and then smart delivery, assuming they use the smart delivery tool, would say, hey, we see you're playing on an Xbox Series S. It's going to download the Xbox Series S version of the game for you. And then if you were to say, go over to your buddy's house, load up your Xbox account and be playing on an Xbox One, you could still get to your save game because it would still work with the previous generation of consoles. Smart delivery is a very interesting thing, and it's getting overblown how it's an issue. People had pain points on it, but let's be honest, 2 years from now, people aren't going to be thinking that because you're not going to be buying games for PS4 and Xbox One anymore and doing forward compatible kind of things. Because everything will be coming out new on the PS5 and the Xbox Series line of devices. This is all I'm meaning. So it was an interesting thing to read, and it kind of made smart delivery seem like it was a smarter idea than when it first came out. And I was like, okay, cool, you'll make it so that I can get the game that's designed for my system. I don't think any of us realized the pain in the ass it could be for doing upgrades to some games.
Yeah, 'cause it sounds like that smart delivery was a much better setup than what Square Enix had in place for the PlayStation for Avengers. Like, that's, if you don't know all of that information going in ahead of time, yeah, the fact that most people was like, oh, the PS5 version is about to come out, I'm going to delete this old file because I need room. Because that's
Right.
a giant fucking file.
Well, and
like,
I guess the other thing that I think it was Paul Tassi over on Forbes had written is that he thought that his Square Enix Avengers save game would auto-update to the PlayStation Cloud. Well, he didn't have that turned on, so he turned that on, then launched the PS5 version of Avengers so that his game was updated. But it couldn't find his save games because those save games were built for the PS4 version of the game, not the PS5. So he had to do the whole process of reinstall Avengers, download the update, use their tool to push it up to Square Enix's cloud, not the PlayStation cloud, and then push things down. So it seems like from a user perspective, it's a lot easier to just put a disc in and have it do its magic versus having to have a checklist of how to appropriately do it. Hopefully they find better ways for some of these games when the next gen upgrades come out to make it less painful. Like, for instance, if anyone's still playing Cyberpunk 2077, when the upgrade comes out, they're probably going to run into similar issues on the PlayStation side of the house in comparison to the Xbox side of the house. And this is not me engaging in fanboy wars or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting when I read this story about how
it makes you wonder, did Square Enix like put out a tweet on their account? It's like, hey, this is how you need to upgrade
eventually,
from PS4 to PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but eventually does not mean, I'm assuming that means they didn't do it before the update.
I do not believe it was out before the update. I think it was...
That's the type of information they should be giving to their consumers before they actually need it.
Yeah.
Getting it afterwards, you're patching a problem instead of just stopping the problem before it happens.
I mean, luckily at this point, all it was costing people was time and bandwidth. It wasn't like you lost your save game or anything like that.
Yeah, their saves weren't gone.
Yeah.
At least, the PlayStation Network still had them on there.
So, as the only person who has continually played Avengers somewhat, I'm going to say, like, I went back through and played through the other new character, Kate Bishop's, like, whole, like, storyline missions and stuff.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, and then I've also played through all of Hawkeye's storyline stuff. I already went through all of them. This game is really fun. Like it is still fun to play. Like, that is not the problem with it.
So, Willie, here's that place where I have to say you were right. We had talked about the fact probably about a month ago that I had bought the Avengers game on a GameFly used sale for $15, but I was waiting to play it when the next gen upgrade came out. So that update came out on Thursday. It was a 100 gig update, which took a little bit of time, and it didn't auto download for some reason. But once I started playing it and got past the missions I'd played in the demo, when they put that out, I was like, yeah, Willie's right. This is a lot of fun. At the same time, here's the trade-off. I don't think once you get done with the story that it's going to be near as fun to be like, oh, I got to grind these characters up to level 50, because it's the story that's fun. Seeing how the story unfolds and what's going to happen next, I think, is awesome. Going and assaulting random aim bases and unlocking shield bases because I want loot, that's the kind of grind that isn't really as fun.
Exactly what I said, though.
So, Willie, I will say you are right. The Avengers game is fun. And they did show in their roadmap coming forward that they're doing Black Panther and Wakanda DLC sometime this year.
Some point in time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And probably shouldn't expect. I don't even know when to expect Spider-Man.
Yeah, and their timeline says Spider-Man comes after Black Panther and Wakanda, which
they don't say anything about Spider-Man.
They said online, I think is what it was, is that it's going to be after the Wakanda DLC. So
I'm not 100% like my thinking is that they're not going to be the ones to announce it. It's probably going to be like a Sony conference or something where they announce it.
But as it is, there is no
that
release
would make
date.
More sense.
There's no release date on the Spider-Man DLC, and people are now theorizing it may not make it in 2021 for a game that came out at the end of 2020.
Yeah, these characters need to start coming out faster, like every 2 months. That to keep things. That's what they need to do.
Well, that's how they need to keep people playing that game. We've talked about on here before how their player count has dropped drastically. Now you get a surge of people that come back when the DLC drops, because I had one friend that was really excited when the Kate Bishop DLC came out because Kate's one of his favorite characters. Hadn't played the game in like 2 months, picked it up, and then put in like another month of time on the game because he grinded and got her leveled up all the way because it's one of his favorite characters. I mean, they've done dissecting of the code basically to see other characters that are going to be coming. Black Panther was in there. Captain Marvel was in there. There was like a list of like 15 characters they had stubbed things out in the code for of where they are going. They just need to get there. And pandemic happening and having to shift work schedules probably didn't help to speed these things up. And the real question is going to be, and Square Enix / Crystal Dynamics has said they're committed to supporting it, when do they draw that line in the sand and say, hey, if we can't get enough people playing this game to make it sustainable via microtransaction and things like that, when do they basically say, we're out?
They need another character in June.
Yeah.
July at the latest. Because otherwise, this is like all these story missions, awesome. All the ones that you tied to everything are awesome. I don't even mind even like the random things, just like, go do this random sector. Like, I don't mind doing that because it's kind of fun. It's just you're patrolling as a superhero, right? You just have to be with 3 other superheroes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fun.
I have had a lot of fun what I have played so far. They did also announce that basically they're going to have MCU-inspired costumes coming.
Yeah.
Which I think will make a lot of people happy considering
no date.
Yeah, no date on them. They'll probably lock them behind a paywall, though. So
they need to have crossplay, so me and you can play since Bachman's being a little bitch. I'm on the other side.
For those on
wrong side, asshole.
For those on audio, the way our screens are laid out, he was
go.
trying to flip him the bird, but pointed the wrong direction.
That's why I said wrong side, asshole.
So I do think, like you were saying, this would be a game, especially as the player base is dwindling, that enabling crossplay on would make a lot of sense. But you need to find an elegant way to do it. And if you compare this to another Square Enix game, which is the Outriders, it's not like baked into it that when you go into matchmaking that you're by default doing that. Like if you want to party up, say I wanted to party up with you, Willie, who is playing PS4, I have to go generate a unique code and then send you that unique code for you to put in. It's not as simple as being like, I'm going to matchmake with my friend who's on PlayStation because I can see him somehow through their portal. We have to exchange codes. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Is Discord on Xbox?
It is not on Xbox, and it is one of the things.
Did they have it at one point in
time? I don't
time?
think so. It's things that a lot of folks have been asking for, is the inclusion of Discord. Now, what they've done that's really interesting, and I can elaborate on this more, is the official Microsoft Xbox headset came out this week, which I did buy. One of the things they did is they made it so you can connect it to your Xbox via their wireless protocol they have, same way the controllers communicate, and at the same time connect via Bluetooth to like your cell phone or something, meaning you could listen to a podcast or music and have that mixed in with the game, or more importantly, you could bring up Discord, voice chat, and you could use your phone's Discord client to basically communicate with people across platform to play games, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, that doesn't solve the real problem, which is I would love for them to actually, put Discord on the Xbox itself. That would be awesome. I just don't know when or if that's ever going to happen. Is it on PlayStation?
No. Yeah. I would love that feature, not gonna lie. I mean, I know it's a third-party like communication. I mean, make it happen, Captain. You bought Genkai or Gaikai, whatever the fuck it was called. Sony. I'm talking about. Fucking, just let that. And you don't buy them, but damn, let fucking people talk to people. Don't be like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. Don't be like Nintendo with online shit.
So here's the thing that I don't know, and we can try this at some point, is if you play some of these games cross-platform that are enabled, how does party chat work with it? So for instance, if you're playing Outriders right now, if you drop in a game with someone, you just talk and it'll pick up. But if I drop into a game with, say, Willie, who's on PlayStation, does it work the same way that I communicate over my headset in-game? Does it actually go over to PSN appropriately, or do I have to run Discord on my phone and do it that way, or run the PlayStation app on my phone and do a party that way? I don't know. My assumption is that once you're in game, voice chat works with your entire party just baked in, but I don't know.
Are you talking about Outriders?
Yeah.
I'm game to try it.
Yeah, it's something we can try.
Is the demo crossplay?
Yes, the demo is crossplay as well.
Yeah, because I didn't even think about it. Honestly, every time I was playing with the girlfriend, I was just making a PlayStation party chat before we even got in the game. Yeah. So I don't think I've actually even tried the Outriders voice chat.
Like, I've tried it and nobody's ever responded to me, so it's entirely possible the folks I was playing with didn't have headsets on, which is fine, is what it is. I just don't know how it works, and I didn't honestly go and dig online to see how it works. But I think that's an interesting thing to consider as we start talking about wanting more and more of these cross-platform games, is do they enable them so that you can chat natively through the game, or do you have to run some kind of app on the side so that you can talk to other folks? My assumption is most will be baked in game, but I can't guarantee that.
We need your Xbox code for your Outriders so that we can try that later.
Yeah, so I can generate a code and we can send that out, or you guys could generate a code.
No, Bachman, you're not going to try it with us. Remember, you're done with it. Remember?
No, this I'll actually try.
Oh, this he'll try. Oh.
Yeah. Plus, I can show off my Geomancer. Because my Geomancer's pretty cool. Yeah, I saw a thing on Reddit, and I'm not using the stupid names that EA and People Can Fly give them. I'm sorry. It's Pyromancer, Technomancer, Geomancer, Chronomancer.
Well, it's not EA, by the way. I don't think this is an EA game. It's Square
Enix. Square Enix.
Yeah.
Square Enix, yeah.
Yeah, just to clarify, it's a Square Enix game, not an EA one.
Yeah, not EA. This one's not EA.
And what's kind of cool, which got me to say, hey, I'm actually going to try the demo and play it, like we touched on, is it's coming to Game Pass on launch day, which I think is kind of cool.
When is launch day again?
April 1st.
April 1st.
I think that's the same day I get my COVID shot, so I'm literally...
It may not actually come out that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's April 2nd.
It might be a joke.
Joke's on you, wasn't really a vaccination. It was to give it to you. April Fool's, bitch.
I think it's April. Maybe it's dropping on April 1st. I get my COVID shot on April 2nd. That's what it is. So it'll be a good weekend if I'm feeling like crap to just play video games all weekend. Is more what I was meaning. But yeah, that's my news.
I'm getting mine on a Friday in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's my news. We went from Batman to Avengers because superheroes, they're all the same, right?
Batman.
That's right.
They're all the same. We'll talk about superheroes more later. Specifically, some of the superheroes that were in that Batman game, or at least referenced in that Batman game. But that's neither here nor there. Robin? Let me toss things over to Mr. Bachman. What do you got for us?
Not all superheroes are created equal, because some of them were created in the 90s, like Darkhawk.
So they have lots of pouches.
You goddamn right. Actually, I don't think Darkhawk had. I think maybe once or twice he had a couple on his belt, but yeah, Darkhawk's the Raptor suit actually doesn't have pouches. I think it's one of the few '90s creations that doesn't have pouches, because it's literally a crystal that Chris Powell puts in his chest, and then he turns into the Raptor.
So his chest is a pouch.
Yeah. I guess kind of. Yeah. But yeah. For those that are unaware, Darkhawk is about to celebrate its 30th anniversary. So from an article from newwarriors.com, Darkhawk Heart of the Hawk #1 will be on sale starting April 14th. Darkhawk is getting another 3-issue limited series. One story to take place in the past, one in the current, and a third to open up the door to new possibilities, according to the writer, Kyle Higgins. Ooh. So Higgins is taking on Darkhawk. He said, as someone slightly newer to Darkhawk, certainly compared to Danny, Mike, and Dan, I'm incredibly honored and excited for the opportunity to build a story that both celebrates what Danny, Mike, and Dan and so many other fantastic creators have built over the last 30 years, but also setting course for the future. So for Marvel, they said, let's see, Fingeroff said, it's an understatement to say that I'm thrilled to team up once again with the great Mike Manley to reveal an untold tale of Darkhawk's earliest days. Because in the first one, Danny Fingeroff and Mike Manley are going to reunite to do the first issue. And then the second one will be Dan Abnett, known for penning the Darkhawk years as a cosmic adventure during the War of Kings epic, will return to Marvel Comics with the story featuring art by Andrea DeVito, who did the Annihilation artwork, which is fucking fantastic. So that second issue will be space themed badassness, and then we're getting Higgins doing the futuristic stuff to set the stage for Darkhawk's future adventures. So it's pretty cool to see. Like, they just did a mini series. I think it was a mini series a while ago for Darkhawk, and I actually went and checked, and this book is already you can pre-order it already on Comixology.
Nice.
Or go order it from your local comic book store. If they the previews would have already gone out at this point, but I'm betting if you order one now, I bet Marvel will be able to get you a copy of it in your local comic book store to be happy to get you one. But some of the preview art in it is just solid. It's going to be fun to see Darkhawk back again in the MCU as one of the characters that wasn't an original New Warrior, but it was part of the New Warriors crew for a while. Because the heroes for the 90s, and Darkhawk was definitely fucking smack dab in the middle of that group. Where he was a big member of the New Warriors for quite a while. So it'd be cool to see what they do with Chris Powell going into the future, because he's popped up here and there throughout the Marvel universe. He hasn't always been like a huge character, but always one that I really enjoyed because his set of powers is really funky. He's got a crazy ass grappling hook. He's got the raptor wings that he more glides than flies. But then he actually, because he's one of the Marvel characters that does a full transformation more like Shazam than just like having powers all the time. When he's Chris Powell, he's a normal kid. And then when he like touches the crystal, he basically absorbs it, and his body like swaps places with wherever the raptor suit was. And so it's a strange version of a superhero by comparison to the other Marvel ones. But they've done some really cool stories with him over the years. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. And it's just a 3-issue limited series, so
That's cool though.
quick and easy.
I'll be honest though, I don't know a ton about the character other than I think I had a Hero Clicks of him back when I was playing in the mid 2000s, playing Hero Clicks.
Nice.
And he was on my team at one point in time, if I'm remembering correctly.
He got that badass magic powers. Like, Darkhawk could do some shit. He was cool. Plus, literally like the most 90s name ever, Darkhawk.
Right.
But so Chris Powell's coming back, and we get the original creators on the first book. We're getting freaking Dan Abnett back on it, and getting Kyle Higgins doing Darkhawk. Like, all three of those issues sound fantastic, so I'm up for that. And then just in related comic book news, because I saw it pop up when I was checking Comixology, with Invincible coming out this month for the Invincible animated series. I think, what is it? It's the first 10 volumes of the Invincible trade paperbacks are on the Comixology Unlimited app. So if you have the Unlimited app, you can go and read the first 10 volumes right now for free. And all of the like individual issues, all of the trades, the 25 trades, and the 3 compendiums are all on sale right now on Comixology. So like the Volume 1 compendium is normally $39.99. With the unlimited discount I've got, it's $17.99 right now. So I'm guessing it's probably $19.99 for everybody else. So so there's a huge sale right now on all the Invincible comics on Comixology. If you haven't caught up on Invincible and want to see what's coming.
Compendiums are Volume 1 20, Volume 2 20, and Volume 3 25. That's every book then?
Yeah, if you get all 3 of the volumes,
I'm buying them.
Contains issues 1 through 164?
Okay.
Wherever it ended.
I was waiting for them to put these on sale, I'll be honest, because I knew with the show coming up, that'd be a way to do it. So,
to the end of all things, issue 144. Yeah, so volume compendium 3, that was the one they waited for, because those 3 compendiums, that is literally the entire story of Invincible, start to finish. Issue 1 to 144 is 15 years of Invincible.
Okay, I'm buying those as soon as we're done here. I'll pay $45 for the entire, $65 for the entire run of Invincible.
Yeah, worth it.
I'm fine with it.
Waiting for my
fucking
first
worth
compendium to come in.
Oh, you actually bought it?
The Volume 1 compendium, the big fucker? Nice.
Yep. It should be.
Yeah,
It said it was coming in March 15th to March 30th. I was like, that's the best you could tell me? Okay, fine, whatever. And I ordered this before going on vacation.
I'm excited now.
So-
Thank you, Bachman, for helping me spend $65.
Oh, blame him, why don't you?
I literally just said thank you, Bachman, for
Yeah,
helping me
don't
spend
blame
65
Kirkman.
bucks.
You're very welcome. And actually, yeah, sadly Ryan Otley got rid of his store online. So like it was kind of cool back in the day because you could order stuff from him, and then I got the original volume 1, took it to Emerald City, and got Ryan and Corey Walker to sign it. So I had the first 2 artists on Invincible have signed my volume 1, but I got the library edition because they're the oversized, and so the artwork's even bigger. But sadly, Otley got rid of his store. So I did have to go to Skybound, but I finally I got volume 12 in the library edition. So between volume 1 to volume 12, I now have all of Invincible in the oversized hardcovers.
Nice.
So now when I do my reread, I can read all of them in the big version.
That's awesome.
And these things are pretty as fuck. Which actually, I wonder if Skybound's doing a sale as well. I should check that real quick. Because yeah, if Comixology's doing a digital sale, Skybound might be doing one.
Comixology's doing a Robert Kirkman sale right now.
Yeah, they're doing a Kirkman sale. Yeah, it's not just Invincible. It's also it's The Walking Dead. It is Firepower. It's Oblivion Song. It's all the Kirkman books.
Yes, they have.
I think they even got Battle Pope in there.
They have all 4 of the Walking Dead compendiums. Volumes 1 through 3 are $20 each, and Volume 4 is $24 on sale.
Nice. There is
Oblivion Song is on there. Wolfman, Battle Pope, I just saw right there, $4.99 a trade. Capes, Guardians of... Wow, yeah, there's all sorts. I forgot he did Haunt.
Yeah. And Haunt was a crazy one because, it's literally pencil layouts by Greg Capullo, but the pencil finishes were by Ryan Otley.
Yeah. I have the
So
first, 3 or
basically-
4 issues of Haunt itself somewhere because it looked really cool, but...
I think I still have them all.
Yep, I'm buying all of Invincible right now.
Ah,
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's good stuff. Wait, comics and book. There we go. Trying to navigate the Skybound site.
and when does that come out again?
This
March
week, isn't it?
26th.
Oh, yeah, it's less than a week away. 26th is Friday. So Friday you'll have episode 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier and Invincible episode 1.
Yep. And sadly, it doesn't look like Skybound is currently doing an Invincible sale. They all look like their regular price. It's still a fantastic shop because they also have like Invincible mugs, and they got T-shirts, and they got hats, and all the fun stuff. And you can get some Science Dog. And who doesn't love Science Dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna pre-shadow this. Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1 better than WandaVision episode 1.
Okay.
You're a huge fan of bank loans, huh?
No, he's a huge fan of hold your hands out like wings.
No, I'm a big fan of. Are you serious right now?
Big fan of. Oh, you want Captain America? Mom says we have Captain America at home.
Oh no! You see, I actually did love that bank scene because the whole time he's like, "Oh, come on, you know where you see me." The whole time I just kept thinking of his character from my favorite Christmas movie, The Night Before, and that was pretty much his character in that. It would just made me laugh, and I loved it so much.
I thought he was going to go to Pain and Gain, I'll be honest.
No,
movie that's our
is
fault.
Anthony Mackie in that?
Yeah, Anthony Mackie's one of the mains.
I've never
in it, isn't
seen
he?
it, so never seen it.
Yeah, because isn't it him and then Mark Wahlberg and
The
The Rock?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Mark Wahlberg and The Rock.
No, there are other people in that movie.
Well, I know there's other people. I just didn't know. Anyway, yeah, because in The Night Before, he was just a football star who should be a little past his prime, but is having a resurgence with a little bit of needle help, if you get my drift.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, it even shows him sticking a needle in his ass.
I
with
just
steroids.
confirmed that Pain and Gain starred Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Anthony Mackie.
Never
Right.
seen it, so I mean, I was always kind of curious. Just never had a chance.
That movie
to-
is our fault.
You've never seen the movie that ATGN created through sheer willpower?
Yeah,
No,
This one was our
That
fault.
movie is our responsibility. We invented it.
I wasn't here for that.
It was mostly Adahe's fault.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't here for that.
No.
I claim nothing.
Yep. So Bachman just made me spend $65 on comics. I just finished the order right now.
You're welcome.
Let's.
Yeah, I just re-borrowed volumes 1 through 10 on Comixology just so I can actually sit and just kind of peruse them on my iPad.
Yeah.
Because I've got all the hardcovers still here. They haven't been packed up yet, but yeah, at some point I'm going to do an entire reread. I just don't know if I'm going to need to do it before the cartoon, or maybe actually I think what I'll do is I'll wait for this first season to be over, and then I'll really want to go back and read the entire comic again.
Makes total sense.
There you go.
Yeah, it's such a good book, and it's one of the things like Kirkman joked about it because he said like, The Walking Dead was never going to end. Invincible, like he wanted to keep writing it forever. And then he went through and like all of Invincible, it's someone like that, that grew up with Superman, with Spider-Man, with all the comic book tropes and the cliches. And he basically he attacks all of them Invincible. It's like, well, why would this happen in this world? Why would this happen if you had superpowers? And he addresses like all those cliches that we read as kids growing up in comics. And then he's like, well, what's the most like non-superhero thing Invincible could do? Well, it could have an ending because it's his own book and he can do anything he wants. And as we know, all comics are second act. You can write the origin story for anybody and you can write all the middle story second act you want, but you can't end them because DC's not going to let Batman end because they want to make money on Batman forever.
Old
DC's
Man Logan.
never going to let... you can write an end story, but it still doesn't end the comic.
You're right.
Yeah, they did. There's a story called Fantastic Four: The End. There's a story called Incredible Hulk:
Yep.
The End.
Yeah,
they
I read
did a series of Marvel books that are awesome, but it's supposedly the last story of those characters. But in the meantime, the FF's still being produced, and Incredible Hulk's still coming out every month because they're never going to let those titles end because it's all second act. You can't
the
have
Hulk
the book...
one was especially messed up.
Oh, it was super creepy and depressing, but it was a really good comic.
Mhm.
But I'm saying, like, all of those companies are like, no, we're never going to let those titles go out of stock because we want to keep making money on them every month. And so Kirkman's like, you know what? The weirdest, the most non-superhero thing that Invincible could have is a fucking ending. And he wrote a wrap-up, and issue 144 is fantastic. You get a jump into the future, just kind of like The Walking Dead, and it's like, this is what happened to everybody, and this is how the Invincible story ends. It's like, oh, fuck. So you have an actual superhero story that goes from Act 1, Act 2 to Act 3. You have the origin.
15 years.
Yeah, over the course of 15 years. You have the origin, you have all these battles, and the character growing up and changing and learning and becoming a better hero and going through all these different life events, and then you have how he ends his like superhero run and like a good solid wrap up of a story of how his life basically affected the entire universe. And it's fucking awesome. And yeah, all the other superhero comics out there, the one thing they can't do is end. And so Kirkman's like, well, I'll write an ending for Invincible. Kiss my ass. It's my character. I can do what I want.
I'm
There you
waiting
go.
for
Fucking
that.
solid. Yeah, it's and the new trailer is so bloody. Every scene in the new trailer is just somebody getting the shit beat out of them.
Is all of it coming out Friday, or is it just episode by week?
I believe it's one episode is coming out Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making us like wait and die for it. Yeah, so it's Invincible. Yeah, I think the release date only is the release date for the first episode.
I believe you're correct.
Oh no, I'm
Fuck
sorry.
you, Disney.
Just checked an update. It's the first 3 episodes of season 1 will launch on Friday, March 26th, and then each new episode after that will be on each Friday.
So that's like
I
they
blame
did with The Boys
Disney for this
season 1.
shit.
Yeah, so it's like The Boys. So you get
Oh
a
yeah,
chunk,
they did do that. I forgot
you
that.
get a chunk on the first launch, and then they make you come back for weeks in a row. Which because I think it's 10 episodes this first season, so it'll be 7 weeks in a row after that. So we get 3 episodes the first day. So I know what I'm doing for 3 episodes worth of time.
Right?
Yeah, that's coming out on the 26th. So yeah, I'll be waking up early and watching all of that first thing in the morning.
So every week, starting just what just happened, is going to be comic book after comic book after comic book goodies.
So far.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
This is the golden age I live in, and I'm happy I lived long enough to see it.
The weekend starting Friday was already awesome with all that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I think you wanted to tell us a little bit about some goodness that you watched.
Goodness. Bring on the goodness.
No, I was going to talk about Among Us.
Oh, well, go ahead and
They're
do the Among
getting
Us
an
then.
up. That was my Foreshadowing. Yeah. A new map in Among Us, with all new tasks, different starting rooms that you get to choose, preliminary account system, and it says more. I don't know what that more is, but that's what they said.
Oh.
I decided to keep it short and simple so we can talk about that other thing.
Well, that might get me playing Among Us again.
Yeah, the airship, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And it looks like it's going to be a little bit different. And I thought I heard it was going to be up to like where you play 15 people. That'd be cool with
Interesting.
3 different imposters. But I don't see anything
Nice.
about it. I think it was just rumors, I'm guessing, or that could be part of the and more.
And more.
I'm not sure.
Well, Willie, you did have other things you wanted to talk about, so the floor can be yours if you want for the moment. I can't chime in much here, but I'll try and be a fair arbiter of justice.
Oh wait, have you not watched any of it yet?
No, I haven't watched any of it yet.
I can't blame you.
I lost my headset. That fell right off my head. Sorry, I
I
had
was like,
to.
wait, why is he jumping
My
around?
phone is dying, so I actually wrote notes on my phone. So I need.
He's got notes,
3%.
guys. This
Yeah,
is
3%.
3%.
Jesus.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot. Let me. My charger was all the way over there. I was like, no, I need to grab it.
So for those that aren't aware, what Willie is getting into here is that I guess this can just be the beginning of what I'm into, since it's something you guys both got into. That's our little segment on this show where we talk about the things that we've been getting into to kind of entice others into checking them out as well. And I'm going to unspoil the lead here, which is, hey, these two watched the new Snyder Cut. I haven't watched it yet, and they have thoughts. So let's get thoughts on the Snyder Cut. Let's get it all out. Everyone can say how they feel about it, and I will fully disclose I haven't had a chance to watch it yet because of March Madness. Willie, the floor is yours. I'll let you kickstart us.
You want me to start off with this?
Willie, you may
Okay.
kickstart us.
All right.
You got
so
notes
I'm
after
not
all.
gonna. So I didn't even really know it was gonna be in 4x3 till a little bit before I started watching it. So I saw
Nobody
something, wait,
did.
4x3.
Or people would have been complaining about that shit show from the
No,
get-go.
they announced it like 3 or 4 weeks ago that it was going to be in 4x3.
Really weird decision. It didn't bother me at all. I thought it would after I heard it was like 4x3. God damn! And then I started watching. Didn't really notice it. Wasn't really a problem. Bachman, can you argue against that?
It's an utter bullshit decision that they say was for IMAX, which was nothing that was ever mentioned when he first started making the original Justice League. What it is the fact that you're cutting off, 20% of the screen, which means less CGI rendering. It was just to make it cheaper.
They
But-
also tried to spin it as it would make sure the characters stayed more in frame all the time. You didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about only
Which
catching
is
part of
horseshit.
someone.
Pan and scan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking horseshit because there's no way they would have done it 4x3 and released that in all the theaters in the world on 4x3. So yeah, it's one of those bullshit lies that DC says oh no, we used Jon Stewart because he was the only Green Lantern that didn't wear a mask. That's funny because I remember Guy Gardner, but they couldn't use Guy Gardner because he wasn't black. Because the Justice League is all white people, and so in the cartoon they needed someone that wasn't a white person. But they had to have an excuse to say why they chose the black Green Lantern.
Is Superman technically white?
He appears white. So does Diana
I'll give
Prince,
you that.
who's an
I can-
Amazonian, who is also not really a human. But yeah, all of the Just Us League, it's just a bunch of white people, and that's why they had to add in Jon
no,
Stewart.
John Jones is green.
Yeah, which still doesn't count as a person of color, even if it's green.
Green is a color.
But no, Bruce
Are you
Timm,
good?
in Bruce Timm's argument, he literally said they used Jon Stewart as a Green Lantern because he was the only one who didn't wear a mask. I
Are
was
you
like,
gonna
bitch,
tell
have
that
you
to
heard of Guy
Gamora?
Gardner?
Are you going to tell the Gamora you're not a person of color because you're green?
To Gamora, yes. To
Or
the
to a
actress that
role in
plays
Star
Gamora,
Trek.
No. No, you gotta love the fact that the two highest money-making movies of all time that keep going back and forth, there's only one actress that's in both of them, and so either way, she's in the highest-grossing movie of all time.
Right?
It's just a question of whether she was blue or green. Like, the girl can't lose. Zoe Saldana's fucking fantastic. Any color, she's amazing.
All right. So I do have some other notes. Yeah. So, oh my God! And not as soon as it started, but once it got into the action, I could feel the Snyderness, the slow mo. I could feel it, and I loved it. I'll get into why I loved it a little bit here in a little bit, but I had a buddy over, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to watch this?" I was like, "It's 4 hours long, right?" He's like, "I got nothing to do tonight." I was like, "Sure, I don't mind then. I gotta watch it anyway." And he likes to watch it with subtitles on, which I don't mind. Fuck it. Some of the subtitles were weird, like when they're describing music, like during the Themyscira attack and all that, or whenever there's over there. The subtitles popped up, ancient lamenting music plays.
Isn't this the electronic violin that's playing during that?
Why is it ancient lamenting? Why can't it just be lamenting? Why's it got to be ancient lamenting music?
Because they're
plays?
Amazonians.
They're
and
Amazonian, yeah. I mean, it goes back to the Amazonians and ancient culture.
Now, I know this is also for people who are just hard of hearing, but if someone was born deaf, what is this going to matter to them? Ancient lamenting? What does that mean?
Well, I mean,
what
subtitles aren't just for deaf people. They're for people that are hard
I know
of
that's
hearing.
what I just said.
Yeah. Or for people that run into issues where the mix between like sound and vocals is jacked up, because there's been some movies I've watched before where the audio mix is just trash, so I've turned on subtitles to be able to tell what people are saying in the middle of a big fight.
And when what's it, Steppenwolf? Yeah, fucking I love his song "Born to Be Wild" and "Magic Carpet Ride." Love it. Yeah, but when he did get to Themyscira and got out of the that temple thing, he really hated horses. He really hated horses.
And by
he kept knocking horses.
Steppenwolf, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the only he on the goddamn island.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the Zack Snyder cut. So if you keep saying he, are you referencing the jackass director that's being pretentious? Or are you referencing the jackass character, Steppenwolf?
How you can't say jackass character. He's better in this version.
He's
so much better. He has daddy issues. Damn it.
Well, no.
He could have went out and stripped for his money, but no, he wanted to make his daddy proud.
The only real difference is they actually give the CGI team enough time and money to finish his fucking armor.
It looks good, doesn't it?
No, the armor looks much better. Yeah,
it looks so like the way it just animates on its own is just more visually appealing.
Yeah, no, Steppenwolf looks like he was actually finished, which was one of the big problems I had in the first movie. Like, he looked like an unrendered CGI character.
But he does something.
I had a question about the Amazonian thing. In the original, because I haven't gone back and watched it, did the building that the Amazonian's mother box in, it didn't collapse into the sea, right?
Nope. I had that same question. And we watched like a comparison to the trailers of both of them, both cuts. And it showed the thing falling. I guess it wasn't in the original movie.
Yeah, because it collapsing into the sea actually makes the walls coming down make sense. Because it's a guy who can teleport into a fucking building. What's the point of just knocking the walls down? That's not going to trap him. But it's like, okay, if you knock the walls down, he's inside, and then you knock the fucking building in the ocean, maybe he doesn't get out in time. That actually, I actually approved of that addition. I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, oh, they closed the door. Oh, wow. A guy that has a boom tube. He's really fucking worried about the door being closed. Like, it was so dumb that the Amazons were, like, giving their lives to close the doors. I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but so you heard it here. Bachman said the Snyder cut is better.
No, I said there was one good addition. One so far.
All right, but back to the point where when
3 hours and
they're
47
chasing him down,
minutes to go.
they're trying to chase him down to stop him from getting the mother box or mother cube? Mother box. Yeah, as he's stopping him, he's really hating all those horses on Themyscira. He's pulling them, he's knocking them all left and right. And at one point, he does something that just like sends out that wave, and it spooks all the horses. And I says, Steppenwolf is the horse spooker. He's gonna spook your horses. That was a running joke. Me and my friend we just made jokes the whole movie, and it was so much better.
Not hard to do with
so much better. Oh, you should have heard the voice we gave Cyborg. Oh, hey guys, I'm Cyborg. Did you know I'm Cyborg?
I missed the booyah. I'm sorry, I missed the
booyah. I didn't even notice that it wasn't there because wasn't even thinking it. we were making the joke, so we were doing all our own cyborg things. I think that's why. I think I wouldn't notice if it wasn't for that. And I did want to hear someone say, I did want Batman to ask Cyborg, "Is your motherboard named Martha?"
I'm actually surprised that wasn't in there.
And the point where Superman, when they did bring him back, and he's just standing up in the air, I like how they changed that. There was none of the dialogue of, "You won't let me die, you won't let me live, and, do you bleed?" They took all that out. I thought that was better, so much better. He's less angsty, which was better. And
Less
yeah, but
angsty,
when he was just up in the air looking
a black suit. Less angsty?
At that part I mentioned specifically.
In that moment.
And I'm sorry, he's smiling an awful lot in that black suit. So, oh no, it's a black suit. Black doesn't mean angst. All right.
Well, it does in some people's minds.
Yeah,
I'm getting to a crescendo here.
I apologize.
Superman.
So, yeah, there was a point where Superman gets resurrected. He's looking down at Batman after going through all the others, which I'm glad they kept a lot of that scene in and actually expanded upon, because that was the best scene of the original.
Yeah,
when he just looks over Flash.
Scene.
Best.
Yeah.
They elaborate, made more.
Good action scene.
And
yeah,
I like this one better. But when he's looking down at Batman, you just see Batman going, "Oh." I just want to hear Batman or Ben Affleck go, "I just guanoed in my bat suit."
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
I thought it would have been funny. And just jumping ahead, so is Martian Manhunter Superman's mom, or is it just for that one visit?
It's just supposed to be for that one scene. He was Martha.
Yeah, that was kind of confused. Like, wait, has he been her this whole time for everything?
Yeah, no.
Since he landed?
No, that's not the question. That's not the question. The question is, what was his lazy ass doing during the last 3 movies during the world-ending events?
That's right. Although I still have not seen Aquaman.
Because this is a bullshit backwards rewrite. The addition of Martian Manhunter was fucking utterly useless and ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was unnecessary. It was just a bullshit. We need to add a character. Oh no, I'm putting Martian Manhunter in my version of this movie. Oh, because you didn't have him do anything in Superman. You didn't have him do anything in fucking Batman versus Superman. Like, what? Why is he now all of a sudden, oh, hey, now that you guys have fucking fought Darkseid, the toughest motherfucker in the universe, now I might help out. He's the laziest superhero of all time in the Zack Snyder world.
Chris, do you even care about any kind of spoilers at all?
No, I don't care.
All right, so at the end, when Martian Manhunter does show up to Bruce Wayne as he just woke up from that nightmare, let's not even talk about that nightmare.
Yeah,
right this second.
A giant
nightmare is a nightmare. Oh yeah, but he woke up and then the Martian Manhunter is just there. I thought it was Superman for a second because you saw it so far away.
Yeah.
And he's like, some call me Martian Manhunter, and then he flies away. I was like, Ben Affleck, you should be like, excuse me, what was your last name? No, seriously, what was that last? You hunt what?
Manhunter.
You hunt what? I'm a man.
Yeah. Yeah, the entire edition of the Martian Manhunter, all of those scenes should have been removed. This was it was a pointless fucking
I don't really
character.
care at this point.
It was pointless to have him in there. Because what you're saying is that character stood by and watched Zod destroy Metropolis, kill hundreds of thousands of people, and he's like, I'm not going to help. I'm going to watch Superman and Batman fight, and I'm going to watch them fight Doomsday, and I'm not going to help. And then I'm going to watch fucking Steppenwolf bounce around the planet, kill tons of people, have Darkseid show up, fucking, destroy half of Russia, and then, I'm not going to help. The Martian Manhunter in Zack Snyder's world is the laziest superhero in the history of the DCU. He's fucking pathetic.
I loved it when Superman got there to the final fight and just knocked the fuck out of Steppenwolf. Just laser, punch, laser, punch. It was so fucking good. It was hilarious. And then he sawed off part of his little hammerhead head part.
Yeah, he took his horn off.
And you just saw the fucking brain juices just leak out of it. Is he just sitting there talking back?
The fight, the actual fight sequence was cool, but once again, not shockingly, it didn't feel like Superman. because he went overboard and basically pummeled someone after he already had the person down. Superman's not the guy in the fight that kicks you once you're down. And that's the Superman that Zack Snyder thinks is the Superman the world wants to see. Zack Snyder is the guy who picks the Superman who, when he walks through a fucking row of suits, chooses the black one. Superman never chose the black suit. Superman died, woke up in a Kryptonian tank, and his robots had put him in the hibernation suit because it helped him heal and come back to life.
Rejuvenation suit.
Yeah, there you go, the rejuvenation suit. He never chose the black suit. And let's be honest, if he's going to fight Steppenwolf, or the bullet. But honestly, if he's going to fight Steppenwolf, who's apparently at this point the strongest person he's ever fought, and he's walking down that row in the ship, why would you not choose the Kryptonian battle armor, you stupid fuck? There's literally 3 different suits of armor that look more powerful.
Battle armor gonna help him with?
I don't know. Maybe it's stronger. Maybe it fucking would
block himself.
Yeah, if it's supposedly battle armor
for the regular Kryptonian planet.
So
maybe we don't know.
There was no storyline reason as to like he had to be in the black suit similar to the comics.
No,
help. It was just because
I'm all right
cool.
with it. I'm going with it. I'm having a blast. I can enjoy things.
After he wakes up, he whoops the shit out of the Justice League. Fucking Lois shows up and says, "Clark, quit being a dick. Remember who you are." He's like, "Oh shit, my girlfriend. That's right. I'm not an asshole. Maybe I shouldn't kill Batman." She runs up, gives him a hug. They fly away. He lands in fucking Kansas. He starts getting his memories back. Like, you know, everything kicks into gear. He fucking flies up into the sky, lands on the ship, his Fortress of Solitude, because they didn't bother making him a fortress in this world. Just the Kryptonian ship he stole in Man of Steel. He fucking flies in the ship, lands, goes walking down a hallway, and you just see, like, the red and blue suit pop up. The fucking Kryptonian battle armor his dad wore pop up. Another fucking suit of battle armor pops up. Another weird fucking
blue
suit
and
pops
red,
up.
the blue, yellow, and red one was one of the last ones that popped up.
Like the Eradicator suit. So you just see a bunch of like suits popping up, and then he stops and looks off to his left and sees a suit that you can't look at, and he fucking chooses to put on black spandex with the silver fucking S, and then flies up, absorbs some sunlight, and goes and kicks the shit out of Steppenwolf. It's literally once again. Zack Snyder understands absolutely nothing about Superman other than his power.
Yet.
So
wait till the shit I'm about to say.
So this is basically a play, and I'm sort of okay with it. I mean, from a visual perspective, it's hey, this suit is cool. We want to put him in this suit. Is basically what it was.
Or
right?
more? Why do you need more?
Okay.
Why is there just? It's cool. It's fucking cool, man. Just enjoy shit, man.
Because the big blue Boy Scout wouldn't choose a black suit to be cool. Superman doesn't need to be cool. He's never wanted. He chooses to be.
I
need
him to be cool to watch it.
It would be like Tony Stark.
To be Clark Kent, he would never want to be cool.
So you're saying this would be like Tony Stark choosing to wear the Iron Patriot armor that he disdains.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instead of Hot Rod Red.
Yeah, instead of a fantastic suit, I'm going to go choose the worst looking suit that has nothing to do with my.
Hate it?
Because it has zero to do with his personality and his character.
Saying Superman's racist?
No, okay. Wait. So I brought up that analogy because it's a character trait that would determine why they would pick something. Tony Stark thinks the Iron Patriot armor looks dumb, so you wouldn't put him in that. I see Bachman's point from a comic standpoint of the black suit's not really something Superman chose to wear. It was he was,
and it
put
had
in,
a reason,
and there was a reason
there. And what's worse, here's even the worst thing: I can fucking fix it. I can give you a reason for him to wear it in the movie.
I don't care.
But Zack Snyder didn't.
I had a blast.
The flags.
That's all that matters. You can't take that from me.
All the flags that they have across the world mourning the death of Superman were black with the silver S. If he saw those, then he would actually have a fucking reason to choose that suit.
Maybe Lois told him about it when they were on the farm.
Yeah, because they took a minute to say, "Oh yeah," and everything that you're, all the
maybe she showed him. You don't know. The internet's a thing, man.
Well, I'm
she had
sorry.
a phone.
In the
Hey, here's
4
this,
hour,
here's this,
in the
here's
4
this.
hour and 3-minute version, they couldn't add that scene where it's fucking
You're
explained.
wrong again. 4 hour and 2 minutes.
Oh my God, I was off by a minute. Jesus fucking Christ.
Look, I can understand the complaint. I can also understand from just a casual viewer point or someone who is less concerned about following the
I
comics.
got
Like,
more.
hey, it's cool he wore a black suit. I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure that we already knew going into this that you and I wouldn't necessarily like the reasoning for the black suit in this.
Well, of course.
Well, how about this,
Once again,
Bachman?
Zack
Let's see if you can
Snyder
argue
doesn't
against
understand
this.
Superman. Oh, I can
How-
argue anything. What are you talking about?
How cool was the how they sent Steppenwolf back to Darkseid?
No, that was awesome. That was
Wonder
fucking
Woman just
fantastic.
coming down slow mo, of course. Chop
Yeah.
the head off as he's flying
No,
towards
this-
the boom
this-
tube.
This is the much more violent Justice
Oh
League.
yes, I
This
love
is
it.
Much more violent. But honestly, it's literally a person there to conquer your planet, and one of your main characters is a warrior. Fucking Diana Prince is not there to pussyfoot around to be weak sauce. The fucking Wonder Woman will kill your ass if you fuck with her people. And he even said, I killed the Amazons. So he's like, bitch, you lose your head. That's what you get for that shit. You gonna talk shit about my people?
Oh
you
my
lose
god!
your
And
fucking head.
Darkseid just smushed the head under his
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, it's like, little punk
Oh
ass.
my god! It
You
was
failed
so
again.
good.
Yeah, no, that part I loved. Because yeah, why would Wonder Woman let him live? He said he killed the Amazons. So she's like,
All
whether
right.
you're lying or not, you die, motherfucker.
Well, it's like you said, Wonder Woman is a warrior. It's not
Yeah.
like the Batman of the comics we know who refuses to kill.
Yeah, no, Wonder Woman is a warrior, and they made her a warrior in this version of the
Yeah.
movie much more than the Joss Whedon one. So yeah, I love that part.
Well,
Because yeah,
was that,
she's like, I'm gonna
was that
take this
Paris
motherfucker's head.
attack. Was that in France as well?
Yeah, because it's
I
where
don't know.
she's working.
I didn't recognize
Or,
those landmarks. So.
It's France or London because she's working at the Louvre. It might have been in London because I think don't they show Big Ben? Because I
The
think they
Louvre
showed the
is in-
Superman flag.
Lives in
over-
France though.
Yeah, but she was in France.
There's a
I
big
think it was
golden
in
statue that, like a justice
she
or something,
was
holding a
nearby.
scale and then a spear or something.
It was.
and
they
she's
were-
standing on it with the spear on the
They're
arm.
in Europe. It was in Europe.
Yeah. But anyway, that scene was when she goes to deflect all the bullets, all those like the fucking movement she was making. I loved it. It was so hilarious.
Yeah, the way they changed, like the way it sped up, how she moved through that scene was very different. Like it was.
I
that
just
was
like how she was like crouched down the whole time and just like, oh shit, oh god, bullet, go, god damn, this is hard. Calisthenics, eat your ass. All right, so I've built up to this crescendo. I can't
Calisthenics,
just
eat
watch
your-
it.
why don't you crescendo, and then I'll tell you everything else that Zack Snyder did wrong.
I saw this movie, and I think this is high art. This is above what you like. This is like high concept fucking art, is what you're seeing. All the slow mo and everything, it is beyond. And I think I just got a glimpse of it with myself, and I loved it so much. Oh my god, it was high art. The whole thing. The slow-mo just added to it. It's just Zack Snyder is an artist, and that is his art form, and it's above what people can. That's why Bachman can't understand it. He just doesn't like art.
Oh yeah, that's right. The one person here that has a fucking art degree doesn't understand art. The person here that has a
Now,
bachelor
I'm not
in
talking about
fine art.
drawing art. I mean like just the
I have
the
a
idea of art itself.
Bachelor in fine arts
Then why didn't you like this movie?
because it's shit.
I don't know
Oh.
what I expected to have happen here, but this is
Yeah.
defied all my expectations for
Yeah,
entertainment.
I'm glad you love it. No,
And you think I'm fucking just making a joke with saying his heart? No, I think he's literally doing something as high art. I am saying that again.
Willie and his friend got high before they watched this. I think that's the only high involved here.
No,
This is
movie
medium
so,
art
Oh
at
my
best.
god, Cyborg. Every time Cyborg is there, and especially when he just flies like, oh hi guys, I gotta go.
Cyborg with some meat sauce, and
Hey, at least he actually got a story.
No, he did get a story in this. I like some of the changes of the Flash. He wasn't such a fucking worthless autistic
Thank-
idiot. Like they actually gave Ezra Miller some stuff to do too. Like the fact that like basically Flash and Cyborg are necessary for the story to work. Sorry, but in the Joss Whedon one, you don't even really need them. They could both not be there, and the story doesn't change. So this was a good addition to the actual story. The sad thing is that like, I mean, it's the same problem I've had with Zack Snyder the whole time. He doesn't understand Superman. He gets a hell of a lot of the other characters. The way he uses Aquaman, awesome. The way he the Batman stuff, good shit. He does not understand the Big Blue Boy Scout. He does not comprehend someone who's good for the sake of being good. And that fucks up a lot of a Justice League story when you get Superman wrong. And it was ungodly long. The most pretentious thing I think I've ever seen on film. And Zack Snyder should be a cinematographer. Yes, he makes beautiful movies. He should not be allowed to write them. He should not be allowed to write them. He should not be allowed to direct them. He should be in charge of the camera. That is all.
I enjoyed it.
Of course you
better than Joss Whedon.
did.
You even said it. Don't you try to take it back now.
It's probably slightly better than Joss Whedon's, but I'll tell you this. You don't do better than this? Give me the fucking file of this. Watch me cut 2.5 hours out of it, and I'll give you an actual good Justice League movie.
I liked all 4 hours.
I'm ready to see an actual edited version, because this is like, you know what this is? This is fucking the 7th book in the Harry Potter series when fucking J.K. Rowling no longer had an editor, and she wrote fucking 300 pages about camping. That's what this shit is. This is Zack Snyder unfettered with no editor. If you cut this movie down to 2 hours, it would probably be a fucking fantastic film. This could be like an 8 out of 10. Right now, it's a 6
so
out of
you're
10
turning
at
a
best.
fantastic movie down to just 2 hours and still making a fantastic movie?
It would be a much better movie if it wasn't 4 fucking hours.
Listen, this isn't a movie. This is an experience.
It's supposed to be the first part of a trilogy, mind you.
Oh, I know. Wasn't that already
Yeah,
canceled?
which we know is never happening. Thank
I
God.
don't know.
There's no guarantee
Don't say
of that.
Don't say that. Because how many more subscribers did HBO Max get this month? 2?
They got
That
2
you
new
know
subscribers.
of.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? They got 2 million more subscribers this month. You know why?
Godzilla versus Kong.
Fucking Kong versus Godzilla,
When
motherfucker.
does that come out?
The end of the
March
month.
31st.
Oh my God, this
In
month is
10
so
days.
great!
Yeah, this month has a bunch of good shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Oh my
I've
God.
literally only watched the Zack Snyder because we're paying for HBO Max so I can watch Godzilla vs. Kong. I did not give a fuck about Zack Snyder's Justice League.
You could have just waited until April 1st and paid for that month. You could have waited a day.
No, because we turned off Sling to keep getting HBO Max. So what I'm paying for this month is Godzilla vs. Kong.
Well, I'm saying if you're just, I mean, that means you're going to be, that means, sounds like you're going to be canceling it on, before, right before April, right? As
No,
soon as you
because
see it.
April is Mortal Kombat.
Oh, there you go. See, you
Get 'em.
could have saved money this whole month, and you didn't have to watch the Snyder cut.
It's
You didn't have
no.
to. You didn't have to watch.
No, I gotta
Godzilla
watch
on the
Godzilla vs.
first
Kong
day. You
day
could have
one.
waited one extra
No,
day.
I gotta watch it day one. I'll be watching that shit Thursday night at midnight.
Oh, I can't blame you. I cannot blame you.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited
want
for
to
that
see
one.
a monkey bring an axe to a fist fight. That's all I want. That's all I fucking want.
Is that considered an axe? What is that? What was he carrying? What was he hitting him with?
It's supposedly like a bone, and then the blade is one of Godzilla's fins.
Oh,
I'm guessing probably one of the big, what do they call them, the bone crushers or whatever from his island, like one of their giant leg bones or something.
Yeah. Also,
So it'd be like-
they brought it with them.
Yeah, and then apparently, at some point he rips one of Godzilla's fins off, and
Yeah, I
that's
do remember
why.
that.
Yeah, that's why it affects his radiation blast.
I'm Kong Thor.
Yep, damn right.
He's worthy.
Yep. He's bringing an axe to a fist fight. I got money on the monkey.
Well, I mean, it's not really a fist fight because there's also, what is it called? The
Atomic Fire.
That's
Atomic
it.
blast.
Yeah. Atomic something, whatever. You would get it. Yeah. But what you need to take from this is Justice League, the Snyder Cut is high concept art that
Yeah.
you're just gonna fucking love, watch, and laugh with. Listen, we can all agree. I know we can all fucking agree.
Oh, I wanna hear
Even though
this.
Chris hasn't even seen it yet, he's even got to agree. It is 10 times the movie Wonder Woman 84 was.
Well, I mean,
Wonder Woman
running time
84
perhaps.
Yeah,
was
in length. Yeah,
shit.
in length, it's 10 times
It
as long
is
as Wonder Woman
shit.
84.
Shit tier. I even said Wonder Woman 84 is below Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, you're putting it at the bottom of your comic book stack,
It's
huh?
the bottom of the bottom.
Wonder Woman 84 definitely had its problems. This is not 10 times the movie other than running time.
The only good thing about Wonder Woman 84 was Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, and even the character they gave him, the way they did it sucked. There was so
Yeah.
much.
I mean, when he was chewing up the scenery, that's when it was great.
No,
when
his
he-
his
supposed
Max,
to do it.
the way he played Max
It's
Lord was
good.
great. The way they did
But
Max
it's
Lord
good.
was just weird. But yeah, just once again, DC, no one shoots himself in the foot like DC.
I liked it. I want more of that.
I don't think
I
you're
want
getting
want
it.
more Wonder Woman chopping off the fucking enemy's head as they send it back to his daddy.
Yeah, that's one scene out of a 4-hour fucking
I said I liked a lot more. The horse
pretentious
spooker. I'm
extravaganza.
gonna spook your horses, everybody. Watch out. They
No.
call me Steppenwolf, but I'm really the horse spooker.
What's actually sad is I missed the booyah and I missed the lasso scene. I think the lasso scene was the best scene in the Joss Whedon fucking Justice League, and Snyder took it out only because Josh shot it.
Have you watched any of Doom Patrol yet?
I watched all of Doom Patrol.
Oh, you did? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So one of my favorite spots. As soon as Cyborg came on, I was like, "Oh, there he is! There he is! Steel and Stone."
No, Steel and Stone was funny.
Steel and Stone was one of the best parts of Doom Patrol. Okay, to elaborate, it's when Robot Man goes with Cyborg. I forget why. It doesn't even fucking matter. He just goes with him to Detroit or whatever it is.
Yeah, to talk to Cyborg's girlfriend.
Yeah, whatever. He just goes with him, and in his head, he's just like makes his whole like 70s like buddy cop movie.
Cop drama.
Of Steel,
Yeah.
because since he's Victor Stone, and then what's his name? Something Steel. What's his name?
Cliff Steele.
Cliff Steele. He comes up with this whole song like a theme song for the show as they do like a whole thing where it's fucking hilarious. Steel and Stone. It's so good. Watch Doom Patrol, everyone. I'm even saying Doom Patrol, even though it's not high concept art, better than Justice League Snyder Cut.
Way better.
Because it's you have to get through like
Every
the first 2 or 3
individual
episodes.
episode of Doom Patrol is better than the Justice League Snyder
You
Cut.
have to get through the first 2 or 3 episodes because they go a little too angsty with it, I think, before they get to just the wild and crazy. Like, hey, remember the comics are wild and crazy? We're putting that shit in here. Fucking Flex Mentallo flexes a wrong muscle and makes everyone in the vicinity have an orgasm.
Yeah, the Flex Mentallo stuff was fantastic.
I
Like
flexed
that
the
shit
wrong
was
muscle.
so funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And don't forget, in the second season, the Sex Men.
The X-Men were funny too.
Oh my god. Chris, watch Doom Patrol. You have HBO Max.
It's on
Watch
the
it.
list. I gotta finish Young Justice still.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
All right, so
Yes, you do.
It's duck season, bitch.
Bachman, you didn't get
Rabbit season.
you didn't get your chance to share your final thoughts to counter Willie's final thoughts on the Snyder
All right,
Cut.
actually,
It needs to be fair.
There should have been one addition to the movie. When everyone's just looking at Darkseid through the boom tube, Superman should have just looked at him and said, "Yeah, I thought it. I do smell bitch."
Wow, you understand Superman just as well as Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I'm actually
would you
surprised.
not have laughed your dick off at that?
I'm actually surprised Zack Snyder's Superman didn't say that.
We didn't even get to the nightmare. We didn't even touch on that where Batman goes, "I will fucking kill you."
Yeah, the nightmare
He
was
drops the F-bomb to Joker. I
was-
will fucking kill you.
the nightmare was the most
I
pointless
loved it.
sequence. Yeah, like it was completely unnecessary. It was literally just to get Jared Leto in there. The only upside of that was that you got to see Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke with a fucking mohawk, which was cool looking.
Oh, that's cool as hell then.
He was rocking a white mohawk.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing him
And
as
don't
Deathstroke, like if you want a big buff Deathstroke, Manganiello's the man. I love fucking Deathstroke in the Titans because I never knew I needed Isai Morales as Deathstroke because I had no idea, but goddamn, he's good at that character.
All right.
But the
So
big
that
buff
whole-
version of it, I love Joe Manganiello. Like that, he was cool.
So that whole nightmare scene, I'm assuming, and tell me if you think differently. That was just setting up the Flashpoint movie.
Possibly.
And
Like,
the
I
sequel
can
to
see
the
him
Justice
going
League.
and going back to that, and
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
Because I'm trying
otherwise,
to wait. Because in Flashpoint, I don't remember. Is Lois Lane dead?
I mean,
No.
they don't- Oh
She
yeah,
gets
they're
killed
doing
during
comic
Flashpoint.
accurate, aren't they? Where Batman says, "I'm going to fucking kill you, Joker."
I thought she got killed during Flashpoint or something. She's reporting on the war between
Just
Atlantis
as
and
she died.
Hey, stop. She's reporting on the war between Atlantis and Themyscira in Flashpoint.
Yeah. She was in it because she's looking for the only other speedster.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so intense with this.
Willie's just
But no,
talking
it's-
over everyone on this one.
Sorry, I'm
best-
so
At best, it's a 6 out of 10. It could have been a hell of a lot better. It's too long. It's pretentious as fuck.
6 out of 10. That's more than I thought you were going to give it.
They took all the fucking humor out, and you can see that there are literally scenes that were good that Snyder removed only because Joss Whedon shot them, not because he didn't like them. He took them out only because he didn't film them, and so some of that shit sucks. Because the lasso scene was one of the best scenes in Justice League when fucking Aquaman says to everybody exactly how he's feeling because he's sitting on the lasso. That was one of the best fucking scenes in that movie because he drops all of his pretense and is fucking honest about what he's thinking.
I didn't like that part.
There were good changes for Cyborg, good changes for Flash. They made those characters actually have a fucking point. But Zack Snyder still understands absolutely nothing about Superman. He should never be allowed to touch or write or work on a Superman project again. Other than that, I wouldn't say it's worth watching, but if you're going to watch it, plan 3 bathroom breaks. It's fucking long. It's unbelievably long and unnecessarily long.
Get a group of friends, make fun of it as you watch it. That's the best way to do it.
See,
That would
I don't
probably
think
be a
there's
hell of a
problem
lot
with that.
better.
But I do,
Yeah.
I do tend to agree. I haven't seen it yet, but when I saw it was 4 hours long, I went,
Yeah.
"Why the hell is this movie 4 hours long?"
Because it's book 7 of Harry Potter. He didn't have an editor.
Not
Yeah,
the
there's
movie.
literally no
It's an
editor.
experience.
You could take 20 minutes out of this film with just transition shots. If you Law and Ordered this fucker, you could drop a half hour
Dun
instantly.
dun.
Yeah, just fucking. Oh, we don't need him to watch him getting in and out of the car. Like stupid shit like that, where he just let shots roll longer than he needed to. You could pull half an hour out with just getting rid of that shit that you don't need. It's ridiculous.
It's on my list to watch at some point in time because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I have said my thoughts before. They echo some of what Bachman had said there, which is I don't think Zack Snyder gets Superman,
No,
and
he doesn't understand Superman at all.
that was one of the things I enjoyed about the Whedon cut more was he seemed to get the Superman is just a goofy farm kid from Kansas who is always afraid of hurting people because he's so strong.
Exactly. And yeah, and even worse, you put Darkseid in this and you don't do like the Justice League animated thing where he's holding back fighting Steppenwolf and then Darkseid shows up and he actually fights Darkseid and goes, "Oh, I live in a fucking world of cardboard. I always have to be careful. I love not having to be careful that I'm going to hurt you."
Yeah, but I
That
don't
was
have
one
to
of
with
the
you. You can
Greatest
take
scenes
it.
ever.
It's a great scene in the cartoons. I
Yeah.
would have loved them to have cribbed that for
They
a
could have
movie.
done, yeah, he could have done the movie version of that. It would have been fantastic. No, he fucking falls
But
short again
I'm
because
pretty
Zack Snyder
sure
doesn't
he-
understand Superman.
I'm pretty sure he's taken his shots at the cartoons and stuff before too.
Mm.
So I vaguely remember something to that effect of these aren't cartoons for kids and talking about his movies in comparison to the cartoons that have been done before. And
Yeah, no, because the cartoons actually understand Superman.
well, that's because it's Deanie and Tim.
Yeah. And they get everything except why there's a black Green Lantern, because that was something they had to lie about.
They get what corporate told them they had to say.
Exactly. The lie that corporate came up with for why they chose Jon Stewart. You lying
mean-
motherfuckers.
Look, I plan on going to go see this. It's interesting in the fact that this is probably something that never would have seen the light of day had it not been for the pandemic. Let's be honest. It's because of the
Yeah.
pandemic that this ended up happening, really. Not necessarily
Yeah.
because HBO Max came into being. It's because, oh, shit, we need more content. And they got to throw, $75 million at them to
Extra?
finish the movie.
Extra.
Yeah.
This is an additional
On- on
70
for a whole
million.
other movie.
Yeah, on an already $250 million budget film. Yeah, this budget's over $300 million after the reshoots.
And it's cool for Zack Snyder. He gets to finish his vision of what it should have been, because the reason he didn't get to finish Justice League, that's sad. I mean, it really is.
Make no mistake, I will talk shit about Zack Snyder all day. I will never say anything bad about why he didn't get to make the film the first time.
Right.
The dude went through some terrible shit. There was nothing wrong with him leaving. He had every fucking right to do that. And the fact that they let him remake the movie because of those sad events, I am totally for that part of it.
Well,
I have problems with his take on Superman. I have no problem with the events that led to this movie being created.
we also know that the bigwigs at Warner Brothers / DC were trying to force a vision of what things were supposed to be. I mean, and we even saw Zack Snyder's, what was it, the Vanity Fair article where he was talking about that, where he was fighting with them constantly on things too. So this is unfettered. He gets to do what he wants because there's no bigwigs at Warner Brothers telling him not to, because they already said this is the end of this path. We aren't doing more of this, for lack of a better term, the Snyderverse of stuff. And I don't think that Whedon won his fight with the suits when he was brought in to fix things.
No.
Granted, it's fair to dunk on Joss Whedon for a lot of things that have come to light as of recently, and we're not even going to go and get into the potential stuff that happened on set with him and Ray Fisher and things like that. But I don't get the feeling he was able to push back as hard against management as Zack Snyder had been able to do so. So I think a lot of the problem you have with the first Justice League, we've touched on this before, is it's two directors competing visions plus corporate's competing vision of what things needed to be, and it just turns it into a muddied mess.
Since you did mention it, the first credit that does pop up after the 4 hours and such it does say For Autumn as the first credit,
Which is awesome.
Yeah, which that part I'm totally for. Yeah, that part is cool.
I still have...
Googling the budget, it says it was a $300 million budget for Zack Snyder's Justice League, apparently, so the combined budget was $3 million at least.
So I'm not going to put this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. I told you how I felt about it. You decipher what my number would be. You decipher it.
So you give it a thumbs up if we're going the thumbs up, thumbs down. So
Watch it. Watch it.
That's fair. This is going to be a divisive film because there's some people that are very anti-Zack Snyder's take on superheroes. There's other people. The whole friggin' thing's divisive for a variety of reasons. I've already gone and said my concerns with this is caving to a fan movement that says we want an alternative cut of a movie, and I'm very concerned about what that precedent establishes going forward.
Well,
I still want the Suicide Squad cut. I want the David Ayer Suicide Squad cut that's dark and fucking gritty. Yeah. That's not trying to mimic fucking Guardians that the WB suits made him do.
There's two other cuts I would rather have. The Schumacher cut of Batman Forever, because everyone's talked about that.
I want more nipples.
But more importantly, and I saw this one trending when the Snyder cut came out, the uncut version of Mrs. Doubtfire, where Robin Williams was ad-libbing so much terrible, dirty shit. They could have put an NC-17 version of Mrs. Doubtfire out. I want that shit, to hear Robin Williams just ad-libbing a whole bunch of crazy, insane shit, and you're like, holy hell, I want that.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
If we're going to have fan movements for alternative cuts of movies, give me the Robin Williams Doubtfire cut and give me the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever, because for all intents and purposes, the Schumacher cut is supposedly awesome.
So much nipples.
What was that movie he was in where he became president? Wasn't it
Robin
Man
Williams?
of the Year? Yeah,
Man of the People or something like that. He was a radio host or a TV host that turned it into a bit and ran for president. I know which one.
Yeah, it's pretty much if Jon Stewart became president.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it, but I know the movie.
I think it was Man of the Year. I'm pretty sure.
That could be.
I'm just going off the top of my head.
I don't know. Look, if you've been listening to us talk about the Snyder Cut for years at this point in time, you've already made your decision whether you're going to go see it or not. Hopefully, if you want to, you go watch it, you have fun, and you make, hey, I had fun, I can walk away and be like, I'm good with where things left off. If you don't like it, that's also fine too. It's not, everyone's not going to like things, but we've got to admit, whether you like it or not, it was a good nerd weekend because we had Snyder Cut and Falcon and Winter Soldier drop at the same time, both of which variety of people have differing opinions on. Let's just leave it at that.
Really?
There's some people that feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier is too slow and we didn't get enough. I'm like, it's episode 1 of 6 parts. We haven't even gotten through Act 1 yet.
Well, it's only
Yeah.
6 parts?
It's only 6 parts.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
that's
short one.
shame. I'm all right
Well,
with that.
I think
That's
they got shortened up because of COVID.
I think it
they
did a
had
little
to
bit,
shorten
too.
up their schedule
So-
when they were shooting.
Yeah. So regardless of your take on either of these things, we live in a world now, and I guess we could have gone the Jared Leto. We live in a world, or whatever.
We live in a society.
Yeah, there you go. We live in a society where we got 2 properties from different comic book companies that dropped at the same time that there was legit fan excitement about that got mainstream coverage. You would have told us this 10 years ago, no one would have believed you. So, hey, go, enjoy, have fun with whatever. If you don't like, that's fine too. But don't be one of those assholes on Twitter that has to dog everyone because they don't like something or because you don't like their opinion on a movie. You can just read and be like, oh, I don't agree with that, and move on. You don't have to be an
No,
asshole
it's
about
easy.
it, people.
I have the term Snyder Cut blocked on Twitter. It's very simple. I just
I'm
don't
gonna
have to read about it.
I'm going to be pedantic here, and Chris, you're wrong on that. Not 10 years ago, because hell, Avengers was coming out in
Yeah,
a year, 10
20
years ago.
Okay,
20 years
fair.
ago,
10
I would have been reading
15
about
to 20
it.
years ago, I give you.
Yeah. 20 years ago, I'd have been reading about it in Wizard Magazine, and the normal population of the world wouldn't have known about them.
Okay, let me try and recover from this. 10 years ago, we wouldn't have expected streaming services to have massive superhero properties like this that pick up mainstream
That's
media
true.
coverage.
Chris, I preface that with saying I'm being very
Blockbuster?
pedantic. All right?
I know,
I wasn't saying like you're wrong. I was saying I'm being nitpicky.
I know,
That's all.
I'm-
You're not wrong.
I'm
You're
just
being a little
nitpicking
nitpicky,
back,
all.
that's all.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Between us,
All right,
girls,
you two
here.
quit picking your nits.
Oh, my.
Don't tell me how to live my life, motherfucker.
Well, we have gone over time, as we tend to do when we get wrapped into things. We're at an hour and 50 minutes now. So let's try and take the last 10 minutes of the show to do our final segment, a little bit called What I'm Into. We sort of introduced it at the start of the Snyder Cut discussion because these two guys got to see it already. But this segment is where we share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky or nerdy things we've been getting into so that you may want to go check them out yourselves. So I'll kick things off. I started playing some Outriders because we talked about it last week on the show. And I was like, okay, I'll go check that out. I'm curious about it. Played it a little bit. Then the news came out that it was coming out on Game Pass. And I went, okay, I'm going to play a little bit more of this because I'm finally starting to get some cool weapons and stuff, some rare weapons that I can carry over to the actual game when it comes out. Because the demo progress carries over to the game progress, which I think is awesome. And they did also say they're keeping the demo up after the game comes out too. So you could like pick up the demo 6 months from now, be like, let me try this out, make progress, and then be able to carry it over to the game if you bought it.
Yeah, and that part is awesome.
That's really cool. I touched on it earlier too. I've been playing the Avengers game. It's where I have to say Willie is right because the campaign I'm having a lot of fun with. He's right about the campaign. It's a lot of fun. The online co-op stuff for side missions and stuff like that and the grind, I can already tell I don't give two craps about that. So when I finish the campaign and the DLC stuff, I'm done until the next DLC comes out. I don't really see myself dumping a bunch of extra hours into it to grind everyone up to level 50, especially when they slowed the pacing down once you hit level 25 to level up. I don't care about
And also, it doesn't matter. They scale the missions to your level anyway.
Yeah. Keeping in line with the gaming stuff, on Thursday, I had the official Xbox wireless headset arrive that I'd pre-ordered when it was announced. So similar to how Willie's got the official PlayStation 1 that's actually made by Sony, this is...
held together with tape.
held together tape. But this...
Actually, the tape's not even needed.
Yeah. This is Microsoft's first-party Xbox wireless headset. Retails for $99.99. And honestly, for the price and what you get on it, it's real tough to say if you want a decent headset for a good price and you're bought into the Xbox or the gaming Windows ecosystem. This thing's pretty awesome. I touched on it earlier. It connects wirelessly to your Xbox via the Xbox wireless protocol, and if you have the wireless adapter plugged into a PC, it will do the same there. And then you are also able to connect to something via Bluetooth at the same time. So we touched on it. You could connect it to Skype or to Discord and have conversations on there. You could also connect it to, say, your phone to listen to music. And what's really cool is the one can has a dial on the right that adjusts the volume. The one on the left has a dial that adjusts the mix. So you could do like 80% volume on your game, 20% volume on the music you're listening to. And you can adjust that on the fly, which I thought was kind of cool.
This has the same thing except for your buttons.
Yeah.
It has volume up and down for everything in the back, and down is making the party chat louder, and up is making the game sound louder.
Which is cool. I mean, this thing, it's the 2 dials, and then there is a start and pairing button, and then there is a mute button on the microphone that you can trigger. And that's the only buttons that are on it. It works really well for $99.99. I think it's kind of a steal for things, and it comes with a 6-month trial of Dolby Atmos for headphones on it. So you can try that stuff out. It gets a little trickier if you were buying it and wanting to use it on multiple systems. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't pair with, say, the PlayStation at this point in time. I think if you had a Bluetooth adapter plugged into a Switch, you could connect to Bluetooth there.
Does the PlayStation 5 have Bluetooth capabilities? Because the PlayStation 4 does not.
They have their own
for the controllers.
It's a proprietary version of Bluetooth. I think they use for the syncing.
Stupid. These have to use a dongle. That's why I'm using them on the PC, because I can just plug it in, the little dongle, into the PC.
Well, no,
but it's fucking
the PlayStation
stupid.
Has Bluetooth in it, but they refuse to allow it to connect to anything other than the controllers.
Right.
Yeah.
They basically have it set up to block.
Stupid as hell. I will complain about that day in,
It's
day out.
dumb as shit that I have an awesome Turtle Beach headset that has Bluetooth and I have to plug in a dongle. Like, it's fucking dumb.
And that's the nice.
PlayStation should just connect through Bluetooth.
So that's the nice thing with the Xbox headset from Microsoft here is that literally you get it out of the box, it's already charged. You hit the pair button, you turn it on and hit the pair button, and hit the pair button on the Xbox, and it's done. And you're connected.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool, and it is a wireless USB. It is a wired USB-C charging that it does. So you can plug it into the Xbox and plug the USB-C port into the back of it, and it charges up pretty quickly. So I've been pretty pleased with it. I won't wear it a ton. My use case is more for on the weekends when I get up and play video games. If I use the surround sound, especially with the subwoofer, it's disruptive a bit for my wife, where our bedroom is literally right above the television. So this is how I can play my video games before she gets up in the morning on the weekends, is put the headset on and all the sound comes through that way. So that's my use case for it. And I guess in theory, I could also like consume media through it too, because all those apps are on my Xbox as well. So I could like pull up YouTube TV and just wear the headphones and do stuff on it.
There you go.
I haven't had a chance to actually test the microphone or chatting with people on it yet. That's something I'll do at some point in time. Like, I turned it on to talk to someone, but I don't think they had a headset in Outriders, so I didn't get acknowledged one way or another. Last 2 things. Falcon and Winter Soldier Episode 1. I really enjoyed it. It's world building. I'm totally fine with it. And the opening action scene we got rivals action scenes we've seen with Falcon in the movies. The budget has to be insane for Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was awesome. It was a ton of fun. I can't wait to see where they go with it. And Sebastian Stan gets to be funny. And he's pretty damn funny in this show so far.
I love the idea of like, him talking about dating and then like dealing with a shrink. Like, he had some great fucking scenes in this first episode. Like, he's such a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
I'm
and dear God,
106.
why is he not the lead in the adventures of young Luke Skywalker? Fucking Disney, get on your shit. He looks exactly like Mark Hamill did in 1975. He should be in a robe, running around with a laser sword, doing some shit. Like, how the fuck are they missing this opportunity? You should see, there's photos. If you look at Mark Hamill before the motorcycle accident that changed the shape of his nose, there's a picture of Mark Hamill and Sebastian Stan at the same age. They look like identical twins.
Okay, I can see it now. I'm picturing it. Yeah. Oh.
Because Mark Hamill had that motorcycle accident that actually broke his nose and I think part of his jaw. And so his face changed during the movies. Because he actually, like, basically doctors had to put his face back together.
Yeah, so I got to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier Episode 1. That next episode drops on Friday, same as Invincible Episodes 1 through 3, so I know what I'll be watching Friday after work.
Friday's going to be busy.
I gotta
get up early.
Final thing I got into was AEW Wrestling, of course. It was the St. Patrick's Day Bash or whatever. And what is cool about this one is that for the first time in their little over a year that this promotion has existed, the main event was 2 women in the main event, and they tore the house down. Dr. Britt Baker, actual
Literally?
Dr. Not
Yes.
literally, but
Oh, okay.
But,
They tore the
No
roof
one
off
was
Daly's
injured.
place.
Got it. Just making sure.
Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa put on one of the best matches I've seen this year, regardless of whether it's men or women. And it was brutal. It was really good. And like, they took bumps that some of the men don't take. Like, Dr. Britt Baker took the
Lots of the
thumbtack
men
bump.
don't take.
Yeah, they brought the
Yeah.
thumbtacks out. And you got to remember, these women, when they're wrestling, they're wearing not a ton of clothes. And men are wearing like trunks and sometimes long pants. They're wearing bikinis, effectively, is what it comes down to, or sports bras and short shorts. And she took a bump on the thumbtacks that was insane. You could see all the thumbtacks stuck into her shoulder, stuck into her leg, and you're just like, holy shit.
Well, and she also took that bump after what, like 3 solid minutes of juicing?
Yeah, she bladed, and it was
already been cut open.
Yeah. If you're a professional wrestling fan, go back to the Stone Cold Steve Austin Bret Hart match, was it WrestleMania 15, where Austin's in the figure 4, just blood pouring down his face.
Oh,
that's what
Britt Baker looked like.
That's what Britt Baker looked like. And they had a T-shirt they put for sale as soon as it was over, because this was pre-taped. That was her with the crimson mask, grinning like a maniac into the camera, and it was called Main Event Role Model.
Actually, the thumbtacks are for health reasons. It's occupational acupuncture.
Yeah, there you go. But
mankind will tell you different.
It was a fantastic, really well done match. These women tore the roof off the place, metaphorically. And it's honestly one of the best matches I've seen, regardless of gender, in the last year, at least, that I can think of. It's probably in the top 5 of women's matches that I've seen in modern day, as I'm thinking about. There's some really good NXT stuff and some stuff that the WWE has done. But these women were fantastic. They put on an incredible match. And after the fact, you're just like, holy crap, I can't believe how good that was. And it's not that I went in there expecting it to be bad or anything like that, but Britt Baker a year ago was not very good and had been shoehorned in there as a baby face that was supposed to be the face of the division. And in the last year, she has improved by 1,000-fold, just getting the work in, becoming a better wrestler, and turned heel. And it's just a fantastic show. We already knew how good Thunder Rosa was. She's been wrestling for a while, and she's fantastic. You hadn't really gotten to see Britt go like that, and holy shit, it was a hell of a ride, and I really enjoyed it. I know that Bachman got to see some of it because I sent him the YouTube link. Like, they put half the match up for free on AEW's YouTube page.
It was the good half.
It was the good half.
It was the second half, and it was fucking solid.
I mean, it ends with a fucking...
Send me the damn link, too.
It's in the group chat.
Yeah, it's in the group chat.
I'll send you a fresh link to it.
I'm kidding. I was making a joke. I'll look it up. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah,
that much.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it, but that's what I've been getting into, and I took up way too much time there. I apologize. Bachman, what you been getting into?
I did. I watched that. Yeah, it was a solid fucking match. It was, quite impressive to see what those two ladies did. It was really good. And honestly, after like the pyro snafu in the barbed wire death match, to see this one go off with no like hitches, no problems, like was really impressive because they beat the dog shit out of each other. Like it was really good.
Well, and here's the thing: the barbed wire death match, even if you took the bad pyro out at the end, this is still a better match than the barbed wire dog match.
This was a better match, which is amazing because that had fucking Kenny Omega and John Moxley in it, and this was a better match. Which that's insane to say because those two are two of my favorite guys to watch. And this was a better match. Yeah. So it was really, really good. I've been still rocking through the Comixology Unlimited app, going through all of the Valiant comics. I'm on, I think, trade number 6 of Archer and Armstrong. Just grabbed some more stuff on the Robert Kirkman sale. So I'll be reading a couple of those. Pre-ordered Ultra Mega, which looks really good. And then actually, I just saw a tweet from Stephen King that apparently there'll be something else new coming up on Apple Plus that I'll be watching. He just tweeted that Lacey's story will be coming soon. Julianne Moore, Clive Owen, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Joan Allen, Dane DeHaan, 8 episodes. I wrote them. Pablo Larraín directed them. It's good, Apple Plus. So there's something new coming to Apple Plus soon that I'll be watching because it's more Stephen King, which is awesome. And I just started the Tom Holland movie Cherry on Apple Plus. Haven't had time to finish it yet, but so far it's a really interesting story, and it's just awesome to see Tom Holland. I love him as Spider-Man, but it's awesome to see him do stuff where he's not Peter Parker, because I have to remind myself that he actually isn't Peter Parker.
Right.
No matter how well he does it, he is an actual good actor. And so this is the second flick I've caught him in. Outside of that, I'm I think roughly halfway through Pacific Rim Black, which is the animated series on Netflix. That's really good. And we last night we watched Nomadland, on Hulu. The movie with damn it, I can't think of her name in it. But yeah, it's a very, very strange, like kind of day in the life kind of movie of someone like that they lose their whole world and then like change their life and just go about living the rest of their life in a very different style than the majority of civilization. And so it was really interesting. It's the lady that was in Fargo. I can't what was her name?
The show or the movie?
The movie.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, like she's fantastic in this movie, and yeah, it's really good stuff. But I mean, it's a little dark, it's a little depressing. Like it's a drama, and like it's all about people that basically live out of their Winnebagos and their vans, and like kind of they're not as she says in the movie, she's not homeless, she's just houseless. So she lives in her van, and like she literally lives out of it, just the way people do campers and RVs and stuff. And yeah, just a very interesting movie. It's something like you got to be prepared for it. Like you ain't gonna have any chuckles and laughs as you sit down and watch this. And yeah, I watched Falcon Winter Soldier. We got through that, which like everybody making jokes about the whole bank loan thing. I'm just loving because it's hilarious. But yeah, it's a setup episode. It's a setup episode. So I was actually a little shocked to see that like we don't have the two main characters already like basically in each other's lives at this point. That actually was, I thought, a little shocking. I figured we'd come out the gate with like them, on an adventure working together. And so to see that like there's going to be a kind of lead up to them clashing, and then of course at the end of the episode we see why probably they're going to get together to deal with an issue because we want Captain America, and Mom says we have Captain America at home, and well, what we have at home is John Walker.
Fucking John Walker.
Yeah. God damn it. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. But yeah, other than that, yeah, some DBD, some Apex, and yeah, a little bit of Outriders. But yeah, like honestly, I'm just excited for the first, so the Outriders will launch the full game. I've already pre-ordered it. I've enjoyed the hell out of it. I played all 4 classes now. I definitely think I dig the Devastator, the Geomancer and the Pyromancer more than the other two. Trickster is okay with the Chronomancer, as it were. Just slowing down time and using the big blade to cut through people is kind of cool. But yeah, I dig the fire and the earth powers the most. So I will definitely be rocking a Devastator when I start playing the game when it launches on the 1st. And yeah, I'm just waiting for Friday, man. Where's Friday? I want some Invincible. I got some comics to read in prep, but yeah, I want Invincible. I want the bloodiest cartoon in history to be on my damn TV so I can watch it. Because yeah, Amazon Prime I think it's gonna have to be Amazon Prime first on Friday. It'll be 3 episodes Invincible, and then I will watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. But also the upside is, hey, when you work fucking evenings, you get to wake up in the morning and watch all the shows and then go to work. And
There's
I love it.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's what I've been into.
Well, Willie, why don't you finish things up for us and let us know what you've been getting into?
So, I mean, I pretty much said much of it. I did play Outriders, got to the full final level. Kind of hate that I missed the before the update where they had that the legendary weapons. Yeah. So I haven't seen a one. I'm all right with it, I guess. But some of the ideas of the weapons and what they do, like make people explode, I like that. It seems cool. Yeah. Outriders, played through the Avengers, the Kate Bishop storyline, and the Hawkeye Burton campaign, both the little individual ones. Very good. I mean, hell, Maestro. Which one is it?
Maestro, I thought as well.
Maestro, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Maestro. Yeah, his fight was probably the best part of the that one, the whole Future Wasteland. That was good. It just makes me excited for new stuff. The Black Panther trailer for the Avengers game came out, and it's just him dropping down in the suit, and then it rotates to be behind him. That's it. The suit looks nice. The default suit. Let me see. Other than that, Dead by Daylight, of course. Played D&D. Watched Snyder Cut. Watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, I pretty much already said pretty much everything. That's enjoying that swimsuit that came into my friend with my face. I'm a male model now. Got my own line.
The Willie Nelson line.
The line of one.
Ugh.
Is this
Yeah,
space,
it's
baby?
Limited edition.
This is right where you think it is.
So,
Actually, and also an unexpected place.
so gross. So gross.
Well, guys, this has been a good one. We ran over, but that's to be expected because we had to have our debate of the century. here
Still
about the
shorter
Snyder
than
Cut.
the Snyder Cut.
We're only half the length of the Snyder Cut.
Yeah. Still way shorter than that second thing.
We're at 2 hours and 9 minutes before I do any edits. So there'll be some edits, don't worry. Before we shut this thing down, though, do you guys have any final thoughts or things that you want to share with the audience?
There is footage of Oscar Isaac practicing a fight sequence for Moon Knight, and I'm excited.
Right?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Jackie, you fucking nerd. You better have my money. I cannot wait. He better say. Oh my god.
Anything with Oscar Isaac in it is just amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to see what he does with the possibly most mentally deranged hero in comic books.
All right, I'm gonna leave with the last line of Batman to Joker. I will fucking kill you.
And on that note, a friendly reminder, we do stream this show live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Central over at www.geeks.live. That is the official streaming home of the Gonna Geek Network. If you're watching us live there right now, scroll down to the bottom of the page. There is a calendar of all of our upcoming live events. I do believe as we record this on Sunday the 21st, the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be doing the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I believe at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can catch that over at geeks.live. On that note, though, I think we're about ready to get out of here and go enjoy some more March Madness, play video games, and just have fun. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you all next week for more of our shenanigans. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.